All right, y'all. We back. We back. Yeah, like I said, man. Open up TikTok on the main screen and start having some weird videos play. Let me open up TikTok, man, and let me get this started. Anyway, hope everybody had a good Christmas. But we back. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It's getting to a point where I might just get on here and start saying what I gotta say and dipping out. Because we gotta change my background on TikTok. Hold on. Dang, how you? Dang, I forgot how to do it. Let me see something. Hmm. Where is that thing at? Oh, there you go. Yeah, how y'all doing? We back. All right. Like I said, it's getting to a point where I'm probably gonna just get on here and start saying what I gotta say and then dipping out because you know it's getting to a point where it's no point in talking to men, bro. No point in talking to men. But we need to talk to men. 20 old black woman burned alive. Yeah, because I didn't even get a chance to read burned walking to the store. Why am I typing in all caps? Harnett County. Oh boy. Harnett County. A woman, let me see. On December 16th. Here we go. Hey, y'all tap the screen, share the live on TikTok. And on YouTube, man, I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Y'all do be rocking with me. I appreciate it. Loved ones, stay safe and blessed. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Hey Velma, Miss Brown, how you doing? From Scottsdale, Arizona. Yeah, whatever you tune it, they not protected from other men. They're not protected from other men and certain groups of people. If you know what I mean. To answer your question, from Scottsdale, Arizona. Yeah, on YouTube, y'all type in the chat where y'all from, man. Where y'all from? Where y'all what side of the earth are y'all from? Right? Tell me what's popping. Now we're gonna read this article though. I mean this news article. A Harnett County woman is dealing with second and third degree burns after being dosed with gasoline and lit on fire. On December 16, the Harnett County Sheriff Office got a 911 call from a staff member at Central Carolina Hospital in Sanford about a burn victim. Investigators found a 20-year-old woman who was taken to the emergency room suffering from burns on the right side of her body. She was taken to a burn center where she is in critical but stable condition. The woman was reportedly walking in the area of North Carolina 27 area of NC 27 West and Barbecue Church Road. These names. When three people dosed her with gasoline and lit her on fire with a cigarette, bro. Her family has set up an online fundraiser. First of all, shout out to the fundraiser. Y'all tap the screen, share the live. What that lady got going on? Her family has set up an online fundraiser as they seek help in converting medical expenses from future surgeries, ongoing treatments, and rehabilitation. The sheriff's office told ABC 11 it has been stable. It has been unable to locate any witnesses and has not received any information from the public on this incident. Hmm. 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 Well, it's a video. I want you to view and tell me your thoughts on it as a black man. What's the link? You can post the link. You could post the link in the description, Jazzy, and I'll keep an eye on it. Now, we tried to do this a second ago, well, an hour ago, and it was people. Hold on, let me bring. My bad. KGR is up here. Hold on. How you doing?
Hey, hon, how are you doing tonight?
Oh, trying once again. Trying once again.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I hate to say it like this, but women need to start carrying all the time.
Mm-hmm.
The violence against women is only going to escalate.
Mm-hmm.
As more women back away from men, men are going to become more and more violent. And that's just how they do, because they think that's going to somehow, strong arm us into relying on them. It's not. It's actually just going to make us more likely to do some harm to y'all.
So Makai,
mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. You know what? Forget that comment. No, KGR, finish. I shouldn't have finished. I'll address him later.
No. I saw that. The submit. Ninja, I'm gonna tell you something straight up.
Thank you, Jazz. Appreciate the super chat.
No one owes you. First off, submission is something slave owners used to say. So I need you to tell me why women should submit to be slaves to y'all ninjas. And I'm trying to understand this shit. Men aren't owed submission, just like no one is owed submission. Submission is some bullshit that rich white men came up with to control everybody else.
That's a woman that said that right there? I thought that was a man. No disrespect. I really thought it was a man. It's usually a man. But that was a woman that said that. That's crazy.
Well, I mean, you have a lot of women who hate women because they're looking for male validation. And then they don't understand that everything has a reaction. You tell me I need to be submissive, you're going to catch somebody who constantly is carrying something, and I'm going to show you what submission actually looks like when I make you do something you don't want to.
But my thing is, what the hell is a 20-year-old woman supposed to be submitting to? Walking down the street trying to go get a bag of chips or whatever the fuck she was doing. What
it's because nothing. That's the whole point. There's no point to any of their comments. She's a child, in my opinion. Anyone under the age of 25 is a child. And she has the right to walk, to walk.
Yeah. So I don't even know what was the point of that stupid comment. And dude, and my guy, bro, I want you to know, you pathetic excuses of men. I do see you, bro. Like I see you saying because other women will. Who cares? Go to the white woman. You niggas fought to be with the white woman in court anyway. So go be with her. Or go be with another group of women. Nobody cares, bro. But at the same time, when you divest, and if something happens to you, God forbid, I really do say God forbid, if something happens to you, at the same time, shut up. If you're gonna divest as a man, shut up. If you're gonna be a passport, bro, just shut up. Go find love wherever you want to find love. But at the same time, just be quiet. Okay? Because one thing I'm sick and tired of, I just tried to do this an hour ago. Niggas then came up and flipped the script. You did not address what happened to this young girl, and you did not address the prompt. You did not address what happened to this young girl, and you did not address the prompt. What y'all did was come here talk about attitudes and all that nonsense, bro. This woman was walking, she got burned alive. Okay, she in critical condition. As beautiful as she is, she probably, we could pray for a miracle, but still, she probably will never make a full recovery, bro. Okay, she probably will never make a full recovery. A black woman is a black mother. I'm sorry, black woman is grieving, right? She's not dead yet. She's not dead, but her skin gonna be severely messed up. Stop making this about men. We gonna address the issues. If you don't want to participate, or if you're gonna say something stupid, leave. Or you can come up and have a conversation with me about it. But when I say black women are not protected, they are not protected by anybody, even in the hospitals, right? And honestly, I'm glad KGR is up here because she is educated on that type of stuff and could tell you what's going on. But miss me with this nonsense, bro. We're gonna talk about it. I don't care how y'all feel. I'm not a male advocate. I'm not a male advocate. I'm gonna say it one more time. I am not a male advocate. Don't come over here with that. You're simping and pandering. No, I'm just calling out the BS. We don't know who burned her. That's a problem. We don't know who burned her. We don't know who burned her.
They know it was males. This is the second attack on a woman. The other woman was YT. She was set on fire too. That was like less than 10 days ago. And Rick, okay, let me explain to you what Loving versus the state of Virginia was about versus Commonwealth of Virginia. So prior to that, Black men did have the right to marry YT women. However, not every state recognized interracial marriage. Loving versus Virginia was because a biracial Black woman and a YT man had gotten married in DC. They moved into Virginia, and because their neighbors didn't like them, they called the police and had them arrested for miscegenation because the laws in Virginia stated miscegenation was illegal. Now, if a Black man married a YT woman during that time, the YT woman would just change her race to Black. That's kind of what happened. YT men they ain't going to give up their white man status. Hate to break it to y'all, but they ain't. So what ended up happening is that she took it to court stating, I'm legally married. Why are we arrested? Because we are legally married in DC. Our marriage should be recognized in Virginia as well. That's what Loving versus Virginia was about. So Black men could marry YT women back in the day. That started, Frederick Douglass married a YT woman. So please miss me with that shit. But if you really want to get into it, what the hell does that have to do with the price of tea in China and the fact that Black women are being attacked and unalived at record numbers to the point that they could declare it a public health issue? Come on.
I just like when y'all come up here and say, not you, KJ, when y'all dudes get in my comments and get up here and saying something stupid, I don't understand. Address the prompt, right? We know our group of women are not protected. They're not even protected online because y'all won't even allow men like me to even call out other men. And who stops us from doing that? Men. Or who tries to silence young men or older men, whoever trying to step up and talk about this, who tries to silence it? Men. So miss me with that nonsense. Y'all tap the screen, share the live. But miss me with that nonsense, bro. Y'all like to say something stupid. If you don't agree with the prompt, right? And you think that Black women are protected, you know what? Black women not even protecting their own family.
Yep. If a Black woman is going to be SA'd, it's most likely by a family member or a member or someone close to the family. Black girls specifically face more SA and abuse before the age of 18 than pretty much every other group outside of Indigenous women. So yeah, please tell me how y'all are protectors. Y'all don't even protect y'all don't even protect yourselves. Like, let me just be so for real.
I said that in the last live. I said that in the last live before I had to restart. I literally said that. Ain't nobody protect anything. Bro, what are you talking about? Men are protected as a class, women aren't. What are you talking about? And so a woman not needing a man means that means when a woman says she don't need a man, right? That means she shouldn't qualify for protection. So you see a random woman walking down the street, right? You see a random woman walking down the street. She ain't doing nothing. Niggas cat calling and they get to approaching her looking weird. She don't deserve protection, but she not doing nothing. Right? Y'all niggas is stupid, bro. That don't make sense. That don't make sense. Y'all say you don't need a man? So them not needing a man means they don't qualify for protection.
How about this? How about women saying they don't need a man doesn't mean that you are allowed to attack them? How about that? Let's change that up.
That's good.
How about instead of saying, oh, she said you don't need me. Only thing we need from men is for y'all to stop harming us.
Oh man.
That's all we're looking for. Leave us the F alone. Stop hurting us.
This is nonsense, bro. This is nonsense, bro. I don't know what the heck y'all niggas be on. What's up, my G?
Nah, I'm just confused. Like, if women think men are so bad.
Oh my Lord Jesus. What they got to do with somebody getting burned and attacked?
Like, if there wasn't any good men, trust me, all the bad men would rape and kill All the women.
Who's
bro.
the Who's the good one?
Okay,
Who's the good match?
Hold on. First off, use TikTok friendly language. Secondly, it's those good men who are also harming women. So please miss me with that shit.
I mean, there's women harming men.
Not on the same scale. It does not compare.
Why can't we just get to the point? Teach your kids how to treat people the right way.
Because dads don't do that.
So the stats say men cause 90% of the violent crimes. And women, if they're going to be attacked, it's by a man. So, however, if men are going to be attacked, it's usually by a man. So please tell me how women are this big danger. I don't see men running away from a group of women who are walking down the street.
I just find it funny that niggas still on
I
that.
say those same people that are fighting for your cause are fighting for dangerous people to get out of prison.
Fighting for what cause? What are you talking about?
The same people that are fighting for women's protections are the same people that are fighting for criminals to get out of jail.
What?
What
Very
are
true.
The fuck are you talking about?
The women's rights movements, we need to be protected. Those are the same people, the Soros-funded people that are fighting for these violent people to get out of prison.
Sir,
What
I hate to break it to
what are
you,
you
but
talking
most
about?
violent men aren't in prison.
Oh, yes, they are.
No, they're not.
No, they're not.
No, they're not.
How many crimes? What percentage of crimes, violent crimes, do the police solve? Countrywide.
I'm not sure.
Less than 23%.
I was going to say 20%. It's about 20%.
I'm gonna tell you, most of the crimes are being committed by a small percentage of people.
That's false. Let me explain to you why that's false.
It's not false.
No, it is, because I've heard this talking point.
Wait, time out. Wait, why are we doing this? Why? Before you even answer that, KJ, just
I have proof.
forget all that. What does that have to do with the prompt, and what does that have to do with what happened to this young girl walking down the street being set on fire? What is anything you talking about have to do with anything?
Where did that happen at? I didn't hear about this.
Bro. Okay, whether you heard about this story or not, have you not seen what's happening to women? It happened in North Carolina, to answer your question, right? But
yeah,
still,
but I'm saying, like, there's bad people in the world. Like, no matter what you say, no matter what you do, there's people that want to harm people. There's people that want to do people harm.
Mostly, so women aren't on a mass scale causing harm to men or children. But on a mass scale, when you look at who does the crime, it's mostly men. So
but
I'm not saying that women. I'm not saying that women.
FBI statistics say if the original father is not in the household,
that's not true.
Well, time out. If
then the daughter, let me finish. If the original father is not in the household, the daughter's chance for being great increases by like 35%.
That's that, bro. A lot of women don't get. I mean, a lot of women with their fathers around still get SA by even the uncle.
The problem that you guys are talking about is men doing all this harm.
They are
also the solution. There needs to be men there.
No, actually, the closer in proximity a woman is to a man, the more likely she is to be harmed.
Not true.
That is true.
If the original father's not in the household.
Sir, the original father is often the one causing the harm.
No, that's a lie.
Ignoramus. No, it's not a lie.
That's a lie. Look up the FBI statistics on that.
Sir, I did have looked up the FBI statistics. You don't actually know what the F you're talking about.
Wait, Tom, I have never heard the niggas who are the problems are also the solutions.
No, I'm saying what you're saying is the problem is the solution. There needs to be the original father in the household.
No, that's not true. Do you know how many fathers commit SA? Do you know how many biological fathers commit SA and father their own kids? Would you like to know those numbers?
Come on. How many people?
It's about 27%.
How many people do you know though? How many people?
What does that matter? Wait, time out. What does that matter? What does that matter? What does that matter?
That matters a lot. That's
you just asked her how much she knows.
Yeah, that's just like a person saying, "Oh, you can get really, really rich doing this." Well,
wait, but you said wait, time out. But you asked her how many people do she know?
Yes.
So personally, like that got SA?
Huh? No, she's saying,
No, 3.
saying that it's a lot. So I'm saying, all right.
Well, what is that? But what does it matter? So y'all niggas love to use data, but when she brings up data, now it's a problem with her using the data.
No, I'm not saying
because if you don't know anybody personally that does it,
that's what
that's
I'm
a
saying.
problem.
If she's saying that it's a lot, then she should be able to know some people that this situation has.
No, that's not how that works, dummy. That's not how that works. But even I'm pretty sure she does, but that's not how that works.
Like that.
You can read crime, right, and see what's going on the earth, but it may not necessarily be around you. You can know some evil stuff happening, but it may not have necessarily happened to you or your friend. It doesn't mean that the women or men ain't going through that.
I'm pretty sure she's been around some families, so.
Oh my God, this nigga missing the point, bro. Are you a C student?
See, now I was B average in college.
I'll be back. I'm done. Go ahead, KJR. KJR. Go ahead. I'm done.
Yeah, that was a lot of.
That
was very concerning. He should be on a watch list.
What's your solution?
Solution to what?
How are we supposed to protect these black women?
Have smoke for the white man, which is something the black man doesn't do. And have smoke for your own group of men. Police your own communities. Stop causing harm. God damn it. Check.
I'm gonna let you know this.
See, here we go. Say it, please. Say it.
None of that stuff fly around me.
I'm not talking about you, nigga. I'm talking about a collective group.
Huh?
As a collective group of men.
That's what I'm saying. At a young age, it was instilled in me by coaches and by my father to, hey, treat women with respect.
If we were doing such a good job teaching children and men to not do these things, right? Then it wouldn't be so much of it happening.
I'm saying I was taught that by men in my life.
Go teach somebody else.
You stand up for women.
So again, go check men in the community. How many black men are active in their own community? What percentage of black men are actually community advocates?
I mean, that's kind of hard to say because we're all on edge with each other. Like, I ain't gonna fake. When I go out
so nigga 0, nigga. So nigga 5%, nigga. So nigga 5%.
I'm just saying, when I go out in my city and I see a nigga
5%.
walking down the street, I'm trying to see if he my enemy. Like, I'm not saying that I have a bunch
5%.
of enemies, but I'm saying I don't know if I'm
5%.
going to be a lick to this dude or not.
So about 5%.
That's what's going on in our community, though. Our culture is terrible.
So about 5%.
What? Okay, I'm gonna say this to you. So you said you were scared of niggas.
About 5%.
So you scared of niggas, but women ain't supposed to be scared of niggas.
I'm saying,
Like, I want you to listen.
I didn't say women should be afraid of men. I did not say that.
Women should be afraid of men.
They should, but I'm gonna say this.
Wait. Time out. What did you just say? You said they should or should? You said they should or should?
If they don't know the person, they should. They should proceed with caution.
I mean, it's not just about the ones they don't know, because they usually getting hurt by the person they know. That's the problem.
If a woman is going to be unalive, it's usually either by a family member or an intimate partner.
That's anybody.
That's not men, but on the
woman.
On a collective scale, it's not in reverse. It's not in reverse.
No, it's not.
Bro, the biggest threat to a woman is her significant other. The biggest threat to a man is not his wife.
The biggest threat to a man is somebody.
It's not. No, it's not. The biggest threat to a woman is her significant other, which is usually a man. The biggest threat to a man is not a woman. The biggest threat to a man is not a woman.
All right, and
point blank,
can
period.
you find any other species besides the human species where the females are not as strong as the males?
What does that mean? What does that have to do with anything?
I'm gonna actually.
What does that have to do with anything?
I'm just saying. Do you find? I don't have an opinion on that, but do you find that weird that there's only one species where the female?
Okay, so I'm gonna because I'm a farm kid and I hate it when people who ain't grow up on no farm start talking animals. Okay, and as an animal nut, I will tell you this. Okay, there are multiple species where the females and the males are equally as dangerous to one another. However, in those species, and pretty much every single species, females are the dominant. Just so you know.
Exactly. So I'm saying, but when it comes to the human species,
Because of men.
female, what does that have to do with men?
Because I'm going to tell you, because you all don't like to listen
What does
to
that have
women.
to do with men?
And because y'all don't like to listen to women, that is the problem. If we look at the animal kingdom, if a female is pissed off with a dude, if the dude don't know how to back the F off, she sends up a call. Specifically, our closest primate family members, they shoot up a call. They go, boop, boop, right? And then every female rolls down, and then they rip that MFer apart. So no other male does that ish again. And lions, the females, if a male is not holding his own, do you know what they do to him? They castrate him.
But I'm saying, I'm talking about.
Jermaine, don't mute the mic again.
No, don't sit there and try to backpedal now. If you want to know,
how do we get here?
There are only 3 species where the females are of mammal, where the females are larger than the males. Only 3.
Yeah, but in our species, like, there's a huge difference in like the power ratio between a male and a female. Like,
okay, cool. Understood. Now what?
So was it in whoever engineered us? Did they like specifically say like the women are going to be less than the men? Like,
what are you talking about? You talking about physically? Physically?
Yes, physically.
Okay,
yes.
so what? Okay.
Actually, the reason why women are smaller than males as of right now is because of breeding. That was actually done to ensure women were a little bit smaller. However, women aren't stronger than men, because if y'all were actually as strong as y'all MFers like to think y'all are, then y'all would have been the ones having babies.
No.
Come on. Say, we done with you, son. Right? Mute your mic. Zoe, mute your mic. Just mute your mic for a second. God, dog.
Yeah, hey, how you doing?
What's going on, man?
Chilling. Yeah, I don't think black women are. It says black women are not protected, right? That's the whole problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think black women are protected in the ways that I think that they should be. I don't really disagree with that. I don't know exactly what the goal. I mean, I don't want to say the goal, but I wouldn't know how to rectify that. Like, I wouldn't know how to really, on a large scale, rectify that, if I'm just being honest, because we already talked about a lot of men do mean people harm, and they will do the harm because they want to. Yeah, so I don't like this idea of like, hey, just stop harming. I don't see that happening. I think there are evil people that exist. There are violent people that exist, and they mean others bad. It's like they mean to do harm.
What did I say on this live to only say stop, or did I say get active?
No, so that's what KGR said.
She didn't say that.
Okay, I was listening in the comments.
Okay. I don't want to interrupt you, no, but I'm gonna give you grace. Go ahead.
And then to the point around being active, I guess what would be the blueprint that you propose to stop all of the violence that men are perpetuating?
You're
talking to her or me?
I'm talking to you.
I can tell you what we can do. You wanna get old school, because I'm country.
Oh, I was talking to you.
I'll answer. And then if you want to ask somebody else, I'll answer. So again, I often say I think black men specifically, since y'all want to start with leaders and say we leaders and stuff, right? You get active in your community, so you police your community.
That.
I'm sorry.
I don't believe that.
Okay, cool. We'll take the leader word out. That's fine. You don't believe that? Cool. So again, black people. Let's use black people.
They're a leader because they're men.
Okay, so policing your own neighborhood. When there is a man, because only a man can check a man. When there's a man doing wrong, you pull up. I don't care if he got a gun. We all should have a gun, right? We pull up. You know a man not taking care of his kids, you pull up. There needs to be a community checking, right? A community check. When you see something happening, you say something. All this no snitching and all that stuff, leave that alone. Snitch on everybody. Drug dealers got to go. Gang members got to go. Deadbeat fathers got to go. So it's pull up time, okay? When we see a group, hold on, talking about when we see another group of people doing something to us, fuck that marching. You know what? Let me not disrespect my ancestors. I'm sorry. There's time for marching and there's time to get active. And right now, we're not on the get active part. We not. We are not on the getting active and pulling up. We just walk. We just walk. So I'm not over in North Carolina, but there needs to be. So even me holding this live right now, this shit happened, what, 10 days ago? What's the date? 26? Like 10 days ago, right? It just now reached the news. So of course, now things travel faster, right? There needs to be black folks in North Carolina raising hell. Now she has a GoFundMe, so y'all go to the website and the mama, support the mama if you can. I'm pretty sure she'll appreciate it because the lady is burned up. She's never going to get her true skin back. I'll pray for her though. That's literally all I can. Or send some money, right? But the people over there in North Carolina need to be on an active manhunt and putting pressure on the police on what's going on. And if we find him first, then he deserves he or she deserves what happened to him.
Make an example. In my old hood, when I lived in DC, I lived in the hood. It was awesome. Loved my effing neighbors. The shot caller's grandmother lived across the street from me, so my street was straight, right? We had P3DO who moved in on the cross street that intersected with my street. The shot caller got a call from his grandma. Shot caller sent his his corner boys, a couple other dudes, some of the middle management, rolled up, knocked on that ninja's door, and they said, you got two choices. Leave while you breathing, or you're going to leave. Those were his choices. He left, and the kids could play outside again. But that's what we expect. In my community, one dude had a kid, he had two chicks, all in high school. His daddy was a pastor. Now, well, those girls should have. No. His mom and dad were so embarrassed by him, they made him quit football, get a job. One paycheck with one mama, second paycheck went to the other mama. He had them kids from Friday to Monday. And he had them kids. His mama wasn't helping at all. And until he stepped up, everybody in the community treated him like a pariah. He got disrespect on top of disrespect on top of disrespect. Because they ain't going to let no deadbeat be up in our community. Because that makes all of us look bad. So you're going to sit there and you're going to step on them. But y'all ninjas so scared of men talking shit about you that you sit around and go, oh, well, I can't say nothing to him. He might fight me. Let him. Yeah. The shot callers in our neighborhood did not put up with that shit. They found out we had a group of kids, they broke into cars. They stole one of my sisters. It was back in the early 2000s, so GPS were real. My sister's car got broken. I went right across the street, told his grandmama. She called him. He rolled down with the crew. Everything was returned. All the cars were fixed magically, and those boys got their ass whipped. Ass whipped. Because you made the block hot. And you made people feel unsafe. And that is not something. You can't make money if people feel unsafe. And that's how they looked at it. That was their responsibility as members of a community. Ensure that the block was straight. Ensure everybody was okay. And then they can do their business. That's what they did. But y'all are just so scared of other men. It's so terrifying how weak y'all have gotten. And they want to talk about women say they don't need men. The only thing we truly do need from y'all is to leave us the F alone and stop hurting us. But since y'all won't do that, y'all need to check each other because those same men that hurt us hurt y'all. So why don't y'all want to protect yourselves?
So I think that based off of what you and him both said, I think that while these might be things that kind of like mitigate some of the harm, I don't think that's a solution to the problem. I think that, and that's okay because I don't really think the problem can be solved. So I kind of knew that the the responses that y'all were going to give was kind of like a band-aid for a bullet wound anyways.
How?
I think that because in any community, you're going to have violent people. Actually, I propose that, well, I would say that being in community means you're going to have to contend with violent people because community members come in all forms. You're going to have people that are going to perpetuate violence in your
Hold on,
community.
KJ, I won't let them.
Now, from that, what y'all are talking about is how to deal with those people. Even with the example that KGR gave, she talked about the PDF file having to move out of their community, right? But he might have went to another community and perpetuated that harm, which is why I'm saying that it doesn't necessarily stop a cycle. It isn't the solution. It kind of just mitigates for the time being because there are harmful and violent people that will keep showing up. They'll keep spawning. And if they are committed to their violence and their harm, that's what they're going to achieve. I will say that we can definitely do some of the things that you said. I'm not opposed to that. Like quote unquote pulling up, right? I think those are actually great practices, like in a communal setting. But I do think that there are instances as well that we aren't taken into account where people have pulled up, have intervened, and those people are also harmed or unalived. So I don't know if that is giving any consideration in this conversation at all. But it just seems like people are having. It just seems like the conversation is being had in this black and white type of perspective, and it's never really black or white. It's always typically some type of like grayness to it, or how situations happen. And then the last thing I want to say is that what happened to this young lady is terrible. Is completely out of order. I wish that they should have been found a person that set her on fire. It's actually ridiculous. I don't know if anybody would have been able to stop that because, like I said, evil people exist. Those people seem sinister. They should be put on the unalive penalty.
That's not what I'm saying. When it happens, like everybody knows that there's going to be some evil people right around, but the problem is we're not checking those evil people. We're not even, and I can only criticize the men online right now. So give me a second. So when it comes to even calling out men as a man online for the harmful things that we say about our group of women, we're not even protecting them from that. So when I say they're not protected in social media, they're not protected in life, they aren't protected, and they own goddamn family, they aren't protected. Doesn't matter where you go, the woman's usually never protected. So we're not doing anything. So yeah, you're gonna have some people, evil people, going to get on this earth. Cool. But what are we doing? So you cannot fix the evil. There is no fix. There honestly is, but there's a checking. You are supposed to check them and call them out, and you mark them. Also about you saying the P3 though might move to another community. Well, that's why we mark them as an enemy, right? We made his name stamped everywhere, his or her name. Mostly men though. Y'all already know how this works. You put his name all over social media. We blast them. We shame them. We mark him as an enemy, and we kick him out. We ostracize. We do whatever we got to do. But to sit back and say and not do nothing, that causes more harm when you don't do nothing. Am I going to get hurt for defending a woman or a child from something? Yeah, but that's where your morality should come in. Hey, you can't do this, so I'm going to insert myself. If we say we men and we assert, then assert yourself and do something about it. And honestly, bro, but time out. Honestly, just my last thing. If we not gonna check men, then shut up. Not you. Shut up talking about women. I don't want to hear nothing about no twerking. I don't want to hear nothing about suppose this small group of women that's hurting their child. I don't want to hear nothing about women violence. I don't want to hear nothing about no damn weave, bonnets, lashes, and nails. Because when we come up with excuses saying
it's not a small group,
here we go. I don't want to hear it until men start checking men in their community. I don't want to hear nothing about that. Nothing. Because it shows nothing.
Hold on a minute. Hello, everyone. Hold on, Zoe. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Killmongers Live. We would like to say welcome to everyone. Please make sure you know there is 109 people here. Please tap the screen.
Small group. Out of all the things that was
make sure you get. I know, Shannon. Make sure you give to your host and your panel. I would like to ask all the men in the panel, please be respectful to the host. Make sure you do not show any kind of lost self-control in here. Do not overtalk him. Do not overtalk the mod that's in here. Please be respectful to everyone. We do not want to have these type of irritations. I don't want my host to be irritated by the shenanigans. So please be respectful and honorable. Thank you very much. Even though some of y'all don't got no honor, but just try to pretend you have some anyway. You know, you better at doing it that. But you okay right now, Chairman, right?
Yeah, I just going forward, no matter how problematic it gets with some of the men, because I already know it's gonna start. I just want y'all to I just want y'all to let them finish their entire sentence.
I know you want us to be patient while they do the Academy Awards. I get it. I understand. They got nominees in here. One for the most crying nigga on the planet. Another one for the most lying. So we'll just go ahead and write. We'll just go ahead and write them down and do more place votes. I got you. Just go ahead. I'm chilling. I'll say my piece when you ready to get the rest of them out the way. But go ahead.
So the first person, the next person that was Zoe, you have to rebuttal me. I know I just said some stuff, and then we're gonna let Keith.
It's not going to be a rebuttal.
Well, I was saying you're next to speak, and then I'm gonna let Keith speak.
Yeah, I agree with most of what you said. I just think I think some of the ideas that people have about like harm reduction, I don't. I think they're just a little. They come across as a fantasy to me, if I'm just being honest. I don't think that they really consider how just societies really operate. But I agree with you to the extent of what you said around the communal pulling up, the communal checking. I'm in agreement with that. But I do think that some of the ideas shared earlier were a little closer to the fantasy world or a perfect world rather than how individuals realistically operate and socialize with one another.
There used to be a time. Okay, there was trash. Listen, there has been trash black people since the beginning of time. But back then, KGR just gave an example. There were men where the whole block is pulling up to whoop your ass. If you wouldn't take care of your kids, I'm gonna whoop your ass. If you put your hands on women, I'm gonna whoop your ass. There was a pulling up that was happening. Okay, so we need to get back to that. Point blank, period. If we cannot.
Sorry,
So this happened in my neighborhood in 2010, and my daddy still does that shit right now. And my brother, my cousins, all of them still do that. The whole community that I'm from, they still do that shit. So when y'all sit around,
the same men that had like the highest prevalence of whooping their wives and the police like didn't do anything.
And some of those men got the okay. Still, okay, that's fine. You still have to still have to check those men. Like, okay, everybody got to get checked. The point is,
I'm talking about you. You're romanticizing the time period in which what I'm saying is that violence against women was readily normalized to the degree that
talking about 2010. You're acting like we're talking about back in the day. You sound silly.
He said there was a time. I'm responding to what he said. I wasn't responding to you.
Hold on. Wait, y'all go back. Y'all go. Hold on. Let me let Keith get in here. Go ahead, Keith.
Keith, are you there?
Hold on. I apologize. Some of the stuff I believe you are right. I'm 53. I come from an area where if you hustle, you didn't mess up the block. I come from an area if you beat a woman up or beat a child, you got beat down. This area, maybe because I'm not from this area, but in this area, it seems like the men not doing what they supposed to do. Yes, we're not, and they're not, and I'm gonna be honest to say what they're not. But some things you have to put on some of the women. What happened to that woman was terrible. I'm not gonna say it's not, but some of these women go out here and they want to argue with these men.
Have a good one.
I'm glad.
QB1, go ahead.
Obi-Wan.
I'm sorry, I couldn't see the bottom.
So here's the thing. I do feel like there is a discrepancy as far as, black men doing their part. But the problem is there's so many pieces that's to that. It's not just because, black men, because you've never been in a place of power. So it's just like for you to be like, we need to protect. Yes, we do need to protect women. But there's also another line of that, which is, hey, and when y'all was saying women, we were showing up at the blocks, like he said, like Zoe said, I think that's Zoe. Yeah, Zoe said, back then had the highest rate of abuse. So it's just like we're romanticizing that time, and we're only cherry picking that time or that part in time to come here and be like, oh, we're not doing that. And it's just like, yeah, I mean, we got a lot of our leaders locked up, killed, cracked. It's a whole bunch of things that played a part.
I need to stop you right there.
Come out, Shemaine. Oh.
No, I was saying for TikTok purposes, because I want your live to be banned. Please say candy epidemic. Thank you.
Okay, candy epidemic. You had the candy epidemic. You have so many things that played a part into the psyche of a man. So it's just like, I get you. Once you lock up all the leaders, like they say, cut the head off the snake, the body dies, right? Or whatever, how it goes.
Can I intervene for just 5 seconds? All this gonna give me 5 seconds, bro.
And please stay alive. Don't say that either. Remember, TikTok has certain guidelines that you cannot say certain things. We do not want the live ban. Thank you.
So romanticizing, I wouldn't say. It is okay to go to the past to pull out good from there and say apply it now.
I'm not saying that.
But you said so when we say
romanticize because you're not saying the whole picture.
But B1, I always say the full picture. I always bring up violence against women, and I even said earlier that the biggest enemy to a woman is her husband. I already said that, so we know about that already. I'm addressing saying, hey, back in this time there was more of a pull. I think
vice versa though. It's not just one side. You see so many.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
That happens to a man from a woman.
I'm not, but historically and to this time, I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing about that. See, y'all, here we go. I don't want to hear nothing about that stuff. That old small. I don't want to hear that. The biggest threat to a life. The biggest threat to a woman's life is her freaking significant other. It is not the same to a man. A man's biggest threat is not his wife. Nobody ever said that women are perfect. Nobody's giving women a pass. None of that, right? All I'm trying to address is say, hey, it is okay for us to look at the back end of what happened back then and pull from there, saying, hey, we need to check these men like a lot of these men check those men. That's not me trying to freaking say, oh, that was a better time back then or nothing like that. Nobody's trying to do that. God, dog, bro, please keep up. Please keep up. It ain't about it. I'm saying, hey, back in that time, men pulled up.
You never said the other side, or I never heard you say the other side. So that's the problem. You're saying you give the other side, but I didn't hear that. So
listen, what we need y'all to do is, because my host is being frustrated. Stop bringing up the other side. Listen. Stop. He just told you the first time. Stop bringing up the other side and the small majority and the small minority. Why are you bringing up? Why you keep doing that and making my host frustrated?
It's all good. It's all good, Shemaine. I don't care about that. I want to let him get it out.
Oh my God! Do you not know when he says something that means shut? Never mind.
Let him cook. I won't interrupt you no more, brother. Go ahead.
So what I'm saying is this. Because if you're talking about small parts, right? If you look at the whole, because it's 44 million Black people, which I think is probably higher, but whatever. There's 44 million. About a third of that is locked up or fourth? Oh no, a third. And so you're saying that these guys, these Black men, are doing these crimes now. Right, like I said, you're right on the for a woman, biggest threat is her husband. So on that part, it's just like, okay, so if your biggest threat, you have to choose wisely. And yes, there are some sneaky niggas. There's some sneaky folks out there that would they want to play the part until they get comfortable. But at the same time, that is still your part to vet that dude out.
Obi-Wan, what's your body count?
What's my body count?
What's your body count?
Okay, I don't really have that number.
Stop playing. What is your body count?
I don't have that top of my head, man. I'm 37.
How many women have you used for sex?
A lot, bro. Like probably out of my whole lifetime, probably like 40.
Have a good one. Have a good one, because and that's how I'm gonna start, and that's how I'm gonna start handling it. because choose wisely. Niggas come up here acting like the good man, right? You were part of the problem. You done had no sexual discipline. You said like 40. Sorry. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna play that game. Right? Part of the problem. All that fake, all that you have to choose wisely. You finessed women out their draws. You're not the good man. You're not the good man. So they have to choose why. They couldn't even choose your ass wisely. Thank you for thank you. So the niggas that come up here telling women that they need to choose wisely couldn't even be the wise man. I'm not gonna play. I'm not gonna play that. You ain't good based on your character, finessing women out their box. So, any more men?
Well, so I have an issue with you kind of like portraying like these past men as pulling up. I'm not convinced. I don't think this is how history happened, and I think you're kind of like, again, I think you're kind of like looking through it with like rose-colored lenses. Men never pulled up on other men for whooping their wives. Like they actually promoted that other men did this if they were having issues with their wives. They were okay. They were not communally pulling up to a house where a man was DVing his wife. Like we have to stop this. I'm okay with imagining what harm reduction in our community looks like in the future, but we don't have to look through at the past with rose-colored glasses or romanticize it to like pull things that are not true. Like I'm not familiar with that.
You said right. Right. Better. Is that better? Go ahead.
No, it's lagging a little bit. You pick back up.
Yeah, so I agree with you. Like just that part because I believe men actually pass down a lot of bad ideas about how to be in relationships with women. It is about like, yeah, I don't agree with a lot of their concepts. So I'm okay with just saying to be better men to women, or just to be better men. I'm okay with that.
Okay, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Take out the past. Hey, men need to start pulling up on other men. I don't think us just letting it happen is a good thing. And I don't agree with dudes talking about I just got to get back home to my wife, because that's what we say.
Oh, okay, cool. So,
my bad, y'all. I gotta resume this goddamn live.
Be better with their choices, as well as defending themselves, getting training, being able to defend themselves in circumstances where other men aren't around. And so this is where we need to dive deeper in these conversations rather than just point fingers. Because you didn't heard it a lot of times, especially on social media. All these women are independent women. Well, guess what? And part of independence is part of protection. So, protecting your own self. So this is where it's just like, okay, we got to learn and understand the rhetoric that we're pushing out, because as men, if we see that, we're not going to help those type of women that are constantly shoving that down our ears.
But you don't know. But oh my God, see that this is what I. But no, hold on. This is my last thing because you haven't spoken. I'm gonna let you speak. I'm sorry, and then we got Rick, but I'm gonna let you speak. The thing that I want to say, bro, right? All that independent talk, all that stuff. Here's my thing: if you see a woman, right, walking down the street or something happening, right, you don't know what the fuck
happened.
Twice. You don't. I'm not talking about your anecdotal experience. God damn. I'm not talking. I'm talking about saying if you see a woman, right, just a random one. Just take my example. I'm not, because it's not even a real example. If you see something happening to a woman, child, man, or whatever, right? If you see that, you don't know what the fuck these people's social media is. Is that what we doing now? We see something happening, and because black women say that they independent, if I see harm happen to an apple, well, black women said they want to be independent, so let me just pack my shit up. If I see something that a judge about social media,
I stopped two of them, and both times the woman on me.
and
She was getting her ass whooped. So it's just like, bro, there's this.
And
stop acting like it's completely one-sided.
Two women.
I'm not about
Two women.
Stop, and then when I try and stop, I'm getting swung.
Two women.
No.
Two women. But the collective, you're gonna take the collective group. You're gonna take and they want to be. They all them want to be independent. I'm not going. That don't make no damn sense. I'm going to make an assumption about what her social.
To what I said. I never said that. This is what I said. I repeat it.
You didn't say that they are independent now.
No. You took fragments of what I said and committed it.
I really did.
So this is what I'm saying. No, yeah, you did. So this is at first I said I agreed with the dude that spoke last, and I said, hey, as present. Just that one thing. And that's where it's just like, hey, bro, context. So it's just like, yeah, it's that, but y'all still keep interjecting when I'm speaking, and you're not hearing my whole context. So it's just like man bashing. We don't need no man, we're independent, and it's like, okay, so
Okay, I've had enough. So Shannon, can I please go ahead? I've been waiting for this long. Let me know when you're ready for me to go ahead.
Let them finish. Give them 2
I'm
minutes.
not trying to have no dialogue, bro.
I really am.
You don't like what it's here.
Jermaine, don't take them off mute no more. Let them finish. Go ahead and finish your point.
So you want him to repeat himself?
I don't want him to start from where. But I do want him to finish.
I don't want to repeat. I'm not going to repeat anything from there. I'm going to move forward.
All
what
right.
I'm saying is, we still have to do our part. Women have to do their part as well. I'm not saying nothing else other than that. But for some reason, y'all think y'all take whatever other sentence I say and point it back to, so you're not gonna protect a woman? If you see, yeah, I will. That's in me.
I didn't. Oh my God. I think you're the one that's misunderstanding me.
You went on it. You interrupted and you went on a little rant, my boy.
I didn't go on. First, I'm not your boy. But and yeah, I'm not your boy. But with
that's a saying.
Yeah, but you know, yeah. I come from white people use that word and they get knocked the fuck out. Now I don't tolerate no man doing it as well. But
my white, I'm black.
I don't give a damn if you're black or white. I just don't tolerate the. But anyway, we're not gonna talk about that. I'm just saying I'm not your boy. Your son is if you have one, but I'm not, man. Anyway, I didn't try to take or pick out. What I'm saying is what we do as men, right? We say that women are independent now, right? And all that nonsense. I'm saying, hey, we can't just not protect, or if we see something happen, not do anything because of what some women are. First of all, being independent, not bad, but because of what some people are doing, or some women are saying. So I'm saying, if you see something happening, right? If you see something happening, are you really going to be like, well, black women are independent, so I'm going to let something happen. I'm not going to do anything. That's what I'm saying.
And that's why I said what I just said, because what I said does not correlate with what you're saying. And that's why I'm saying you went on a little rant.
No, it was a question. I didn't say you did this.
Well, it was, but okay, well, you're changing it into a question because that wasn't a question.
Lord,
it was
bro.
a question. My fault.
Oh Lord. I said, are we really just saying if
I said,
that?
Relax.
See,
So my thing is
that's that nonsense.
It was a question, but question doesn't. Here's the thing: you're talking about reality, not ideology. Reality. In reality, there are dudes that stop that when they see it. A lot of the stuff that happens aren't done in plain sight.
Yeah, and it's done in the dark.
Exactly. So how are we supposed to protect?
And who's usually the one that's getting? Who's usually the one that's being done in the dark too?
Wait, what?
All these crimes and all these things, bro. Who's usually the one on the back burner having all this harm done to him?
We know that. Come on.
What's the answer?
You know that answer, bro. That's not ask dumb questions. That's to move forward.
All right then. All right then. I mean,
Can I respond to something that OB once?
No, Shemaine was waiting. Shemaine was waiting. No, it's not everyone. Ralph, don't try to play that. Don't try to play that because he said he even know. Shemaine, go ahead.
Brother, the amount of shenanigans, stupidity.
I didn't pick you, Rick.
The amount of shenanigans, stupidity, lost causes, brain cells being missing, and disingenuous conversations going on right here is really big on me. I don't know how many times, and I'm kidding you not, I'm gonna need a show of ladies' hands. How many times have you heard these men constantly use the fact that we are independent, we do not need a man because of the fact that we have our own autonomy against us? They use this against us and don't realize this is some real fuck shit. Why are you using the fact that us being women, because we have our own, so you mean tell me us paying our own bills, us being able to be functioning adults is a problem for men, because that's what that's the point of the fact of independence means. It means that I am independent enough to run my own household, to pay my own bills. I don't have to worry about if something happens to a man or if that man leaves me or something else. I'm not dependent on his financial gain. Y'all don't know financial abuse by now? Like, are we okay?
Independence isn't just that.
Why is you cutting me off? So I can say shit to you. Can you please show some decorum? It's like the amount of stuff these men got in their brain makes no sense. I mean, you mean to tell me that a woman can't have her own, is breaking these men down so bad that I have to be broke, homeless and destitute for you to say, for me to get any kind of reflection from you, for you to realize that. That's kind of nuts. Like, that's literally what these dudes are saying. That it's like subconsciously they're not saying it in reality, but in reality they're saying it. That we need to be struggling, broke, dumb, and desperate for them to know, and for our opinion, our independence to be gone, so that we can just be dumb, broke, and stupid, codependent on them. That's exactly what they're saying, and it's sad. Why y'all keep trying to use that, and why y'all keep trying to use that in our face? That, like, we're tired of that. Stop using it in our face. If you don't like the fact that we like to have, if you don't like the fact that we have our own, okay, fine. You don't like it. You don't like the fact that we got careers and degrees, fine. We're okay with that. If you really want somebody who doesn't want to depend on you, who wants to depend on you so damn bad that she's broke, desperate, and dumb, okay, congratulations, you can have that. But don't keep bringing that up. That's kind of getting on my nerves. Another thing that's getting on my nerves is this whole projection that they do when it comes down to women, to saying that women don't never say nothing about protecting themselves. First of all, KGR know this. KGR, how many times have me, you, and the whole women collective have told our women that they need to watch their back and all the tools that they need for them to be helped so they can protect themselves? KGR, how many?
Daily.
Okay, I thought I was delusional here. Like, okay, so again, we're gonna nip that in the bud too. If you really don't think that we have these conversations, you might wanna, you might want to recheck that again. See, the problem is most of you men are asking these questions to other men instead of having the audacity, the balls, and the gall to ask us. But you're not gonna do that. You're not gonna ask us if we're having these conversations. You see how quick KGR went and said, yeah, we do have these conversations? That's because, again, y'all not asking us. You're asking other dudes. Again, something we have conversations about all the time. That when we have these kind of conversations of protecting ourselves as women, protecting our body autonomy, us having the able to learn how to maneuver when it comes down to men in dire situations, y'all don't never ask us, are we having these conversations? Y'all ask other dudes, are we having these conversations? Y'all don't ask us. So, of course, you're not going to know these things when you don't ask us. Of course, you're not going to know, are we checking other women because you don't ask us. Of course, y'all not going to know, are we sitting there telling the women who are the small minority that they're problematic as hell and it's turning a bad thing on us. Yes, we do. KGR, how many times we do that?
Every day.
Yeah, but y'all not gonna have, but y'all don't ask us that. Y'all will tell other men on other panels, yeah, these women don't never say nothing about the other women that do this, that, and the third, blah, 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 blah. Okay, again, are you asking us stuff? You asking him. Shannon do not be in the women conversations like that. So how the fuck you asking Shannon about something that we would know? Shannon don't know. Shannon not gonna know that. Shannon is not gonna know what conversations that KGR, myself, and other women collective have. Shannon is not on live every day. Shannon is not on speaking to women every day. Shannon is minding his black ass business. So if Shannon is minding his black ass business, why are you asking Shannon that question when you should be asking KGR, myself, and other women, are we having these conversations? You're not, though. So unless you are going to stop asking him and start asking us and grow some audacity to ask us, then there's no need to have this conversation with Shannon of, oh yeah, women need to do this too. Women need to do this too. No, you do not have, no. Do not want to hear no excuses. Unless you are asking us, you're not saying nothing but a word. I'm just saying, and I yield.
I thought this was a panel.
So I one because I wanted to respond to something you said earlier.
Well, I want to let Rick hop in for a second. Everybody hold your thoughts.
Let me say, respond to that. But all right.
Just for a sec. Just for a sec. You can respond. What?
I said, I was gonna say he can go real quick. That's why I'm a bad picture man. I got good.
Okay, so this is the then wait, before you was so maybe because maybe you will probably want to respond to both of us. Can I respond to you? Because I asked.
Go ahead.
It'll be brief. But you were talking about something about women doing their part too, and I think that the reason why a lot of people are challenging that idea is because we know that there are individuals that enable other people's behavior. We know that exists, but typically, when somebody's a victim of like violence, the enabling doesn't come until after the fact. So they've already been a victim before they're able to enable anybody. So I think that's just one thing to consider. And even if they are enabling a behavior or if they have enabled something, they're still a victim at the end of the day of a violent situation. So I think that's just this whole idea of like women doing their part. You have to kind of like consider that they were victimized first.
Yes, I agree. I agree with that. Not completely, because here's the thing. It's called Stockholm syndrome. So I'm not saying that you're not the victims. What I'm saying is I agreed already. I said present. I started off in the beginning. I said we have to do our part. Present tense. Forget all that past stuff. But yet you guys leap over that. Once I start talking about other things, I said, yes, we have to do our part as standing up, holding other men accountable, and doing our part. At the same time, women have to do their part. I'm not saying they have to stop me.
You don't have to.
Hold on. Wait. Let them finish.
At the same time, I'm not saying women have to go on and join the army and fight these men and all this. No, I'm not saying that. And I'm not saying y'all didn't have these conversations. But I will say this. I hear more conversations how y'all don't need no man and men ain't shit than hearing about y'all protecting yourselves. So let's stop with the whole, oh, we talk about this all the time.
Jermaine, hold it.
Like, let's stop that. And then on the other side, like I said, so what he said earlier, yes, I'm not saying that to combat women. I'm saying, hey, I'm here with you as an ally, but as we move along in this process, we need your help as well. And these are the things that I would like to see. I'm not speaking for every man. These are the things I would like to see because I don't see it like that. I don't see it on a regular. You know what I do see? I see a lot of what I just talked about. So you can't be mad at me because everything that I see from social media to reality is, oh, we don't need no man. We man ain't shit. I mean, sorry. Man ain't this. Man ain't that. So it's just like, okay, if you don't need us, you don't want us, then why are you asking for protection?
Shannon, I want to ask you a question. Now, how many times have me and you had this conversation where I told you the last time that when men come on this panel and they tell you that they don't see us having these conversations, what did I say? That they don't look for them, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Now, riddle me this, Shannon. If I came to you and asked you, and you know I have asked you this before, so I'm gonna need to ask you again, so you can be able to have this dialogue with me. Why every single time when me and you have this conversation, and I say these men don't, that the way that they algorithm is set up and the way that they do the shit that they do, that's why they don't show it. Why every time me and you have to have this conversation like we ain't had this conversation before though? And can you please mute? I'm talking to Shannon, not you. I asked the host a question. I didn't ask you.
I don't know. I can't tell you because I know the conversations are happening on that side with the women. I speak to those women. Yeah, I'm not on live. I'm not on TikTok live every day. I'm not on YouTube live.
Yeah, we know that.
But like, so it's like I'm here. I see the conversation, so I don't know what they be talking about.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so that's my point. So my question to you is, as me from host to mod, why is it that every time when me and you have these conversations with these men about they don't listen?
Because men don't listen to who they don't agree with. Men don't care to listen who they don't agree with. Like if you already starting off as a, what'd you say?
No, I didn't say anything.
No. What'd he say?
No, just go ahead, please, because I did ask you a question and nobody was talking to him.
Well, some men just don't listen to men that they may consider an outlier, or I don't want to use those two words, but a panderer or simp. It don't matter if you bring up statistics, facts, evidence, examples. They don't want to fucking listen. They don't want to listen. There's nothing, and that's just the problem. Men don't. A lot of men don't listen.
Okay, thank you, Shannon.
But Rick, do you have better connection?
Can y'all hear me now?
Yes.
Hello?
Yeah.
I see where the ladies are coming from. The only pushback I have is like a lot of the things that you guys talk about are happening, like you said, in the dark. If we don't know, how are we supposed to protect you? Like, y'all need to tell us. Like, I understand y'all are telling us now, but like the men around you in your community, let them niggas know. Oh, can I say that? Let them dudes know, and if they don't do that, then yeah. But like, whenever people around me have these issues, they tell the men around them, and they usually go do something. So all I'm saying is, if you're not telling people, there's nothing like.
Well, Rick, what I would say, my bad to intervene, but what I would say is when I said in the dark, I meant in the dark to me. Like I'm not there to see every crime. You're not there to see every crime. So, and these women around in their families, right? That the stuff happens to them in their family dynamics as well. And we have seen time after time again that when women try to come out and speak up, hence the Me Too movement, right? A lot of men are usually the ones who silence those type of experiences. Right. So, I mean, we tell women to speak up, tell them to get a restraining order. They do all these things. They still get attacked. Matter of fact, didn't statistics say that when a woman gets a restraining order, she's more likely to be unalived? I mean,
by like 60%.
Yeah, that's fucked up. So it's like, you know, that's like, I'm like, you know, what I mean, these women are telling us what's going on. Right. So it's not like they're just being quiet, but also when they speak up, there's a little bit of hesitancy. I messed up the way. Y'all know what I'm saying. To come out sometimes. Yeah, hesitation, right? To come out because of how many times they've been silenced by particularly men. Oh, he didn't do that. Stop lying, bro. You wanted it. Some weird shit, right? Some very weird shit. So it's like, I don't know what to.
So that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I feel where they coming from. I'm just saying, as a dude who's trying not to cause no harm, to come online and like, y'all know how to protect. It's like, bro, in my daily life, I don't see women get knocked upside the head. When women come and tell me they have problems, I usually go do something about it. So like, at the end of the day, if we don't know, there's nothing we can do. I understand they are telling us now, but we are not the men around you.
But also this, hold on. Because wait, I'm gonna give you grace on that last sentence. But there's another way in which we're not protecting, right? I'm about to show you what I'm about to tell you what it is. We are literally online right now. Online rhetoric. We as men do not protect women from it's not online, right? It's actually stuff that go on in life, but the things that are being said and perpetuated online as well by men and what they're saying, right? Because I got tons of clips of what men are saying. I got all the red pill stuff. I got Anton Daniels calling a black woman an enemy. All of it. There is no rebuttal. There is literally, I ain't gonna hold you. There's no rebuttal. Black niggas was going around calling black women hyenas. No rebuttal. Those were considered real men. With black women sold us out for welfare and our tools for white supremacy. That was black men. Kevin Samuels. He can get it too. Hey, the biggest threat to the black woman is the Mexican or the Hispanic woman. Nobody came out to say shit. No one. We actually advocated for those type of men as men. And then, matter of fact, even when I bring up Kevin Samuels' name, and I'm not gonna talk bad about him, he dead, right? I'm not gonna talk bad about him. But even hold on, even when we bring up Kevin Samuels' name, nobody talks about the harm. Nobody talks about the negative stuff. They just say he was holding both sides accountable, but he said some fucked up shit to black women. He said a whole bunch of, and nobody stepped up. We actually agreed. We put him on a pedestal.
Yo, Shannon, remember that time when I told you about how the dude was Kevin Samuels was up and he went into NYC and started doing some stuff on the train when he blew it up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, y'all still ain't talking about that one. Y'all still not talking about that.
What is this story?
I heard about it.
But
I'm not even talking about, I'm not even talking about that. Forget you can forget about what you said. I'm just saying that she was I'm just saying that we champion those men. We champion them.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
Stop. Kevin Samuels talked about both sides.
I told y'all. Hold on, time out. When you say, hey, hold on, wait, time out. Man, fuck Kevin Samuels. Fuck Kevin Samuels. When you say that the black woman, the biggest threat to the black woman is the Hispanic woman or the Mexican woman, and I don't care how no black man feel about it, I said fuck them. Because when you say something like that, you are now my enemy. You are the enemy, right? Even Anton Daniels, F him too. When you say something like that, I don't care what your initiative and your goal was. I don't give a damn that you were trying to talk to both sides. And matter of fact, he was a grifter. The nigga said, if I come out to talk about women, my views and my likes will go up. He knew what the fuck he was doing. Now, however, point blank period. When you say, time out, my dude.
I was with you on the actual physical protection.
When you say that the biggest threat to the black woman is another race of woman. When you say that, I mark you as an enemy. I mark you as an enemy. I mark you as an enemy. Stop playing. When you say something like that as a black man, even if it was a black woman to say something stupid, I don't listen to those black women and I mark them as the enemy. Right?
So
Point blank, period.
That dude does not matter.
What you mean? Yes, you do.
Nah, for real, you have been cutting people off.
Wait, Elijah, how am I lying? How am I lying? Wait, time out. Everybody stop for a second because people trying to talk. Hold on. Elijah, I don't know what you mean. How am I lying? The nigga literally said on camera, 4K, that the biggest threat to the black woman is the Hispanic woman or the Mexican. That's what he said. The fuck? If you say something like that as a black man, you're trash. You hate the womb you came in. I don't give a damn.
So this is the thing about the Kevin Samuels and the social media thing.
Here we go.
My whole issue with that is, bro, I understand what he's saying, but if he did, he would not have a show if people wouldn't come.
You understand what he's saying about what?
Everything, right? I understand what he's saying. I'm not saying it's right. What I'm saying is he would not have a show if people weren't tuning in. If we cut it off, these people go away.
How do you understand what he means by?
I didn't say I understood what he means. I never said that.
You said he understood what he's saying. How the fuck do you, fam? I understand what he means is the same thing as I understand. What the hell are you talking about?
I agree with it. I understand what he's saying. Doesn't mean I agree with it. I don't agree with what he's saying.
So again, I didn't say you agree. I asked, what do you mean you understand?
Oh, so the point I'm getting at with that is what he's trying to say is like, hey, in his opinion,
Oh my God.
black women submissive or whatever. I don't believe that bullshit, but I get where he was trying to go. I don't agree with it.
Yeah. Okay.
Is, bro, these people would not have platforms if people weren't calling into them. So my advice for women in particular is like, yo, y'all do know he wouldn't have a show if y'all just stop calling in. Just stop calling in, he goes away.
His male following, but it doesn't matter. The men wouldn't check him. Nobody called him out. You called him the God, not you specifically, but we called him the Godfather. We looked at him as a God. Niggas agree with that rhetoric.
Do you think that he would have a show if black women weren't?
He had a show and he was doing good work. He had a great show. He had a great show, a phenomenal show when he was calling out men. He called that nigga. He said, "You a fat fuck expecting a woman, bro. Stick there."
No, this is what I'm saying. This is proving my point exactly.
You don't grift, bro. When you do something as a grifter, bro, you're not even genuine. When you come out and expose yourself to say, "Well, shoot, if I was basically you were money hungry. If I come out to talk bad about women, I would get more views and get paid." His following grew of men. It wasn't mostly women following him. It was women calling in, but it wasn't women following him.
I didn't say that.
I didn't say that you said that, fam. I'm just saying what happened.
What I'm trying to say, bro. What I'm saying is when he was talking to the men weren't calling in. Men stopped calling because they didn't want to hear that bullshit, so he had to switch. That's how that happened. Yeah. If women weren't calling in, no matter what he's doing, if the women aren't calling in, he doesn't have a following because I'm gonna be honest.
He had a following. He had 400,000.
Because he had a following of niggas who enjoy seeing black women get shit on when they called into the show. If they do not call into the show, he doesn't have a platform. That's all I'm saying. He
still had a platform, man. That's what I'm saying. He had a huge following, but he did that to get money and his success. And if your success comes off shitting on your group of women, right? Specifically pandering to bitch ass niggas, because that's what he did, right? Red pill pussy popping men. Sorry for the language. Y'all can get it. If you're pandering to those type of men, right? That's a problem. Knowing that a lot of men felt that way. So, if I talk bad about these women, I guarantee my following to grow. You niggas be following. It was mostly niggas sending him super chats.
I didn't say it wasn't. I didn't say it wasn't. The point
if your I'm sorry, I'll make it simple. If you have a platform that's based off shitting on women as a black man, and most of your following is a black man, that's a huge problem. He already had a black male following, but he grew when he started shitting on women because he knew that men hate women.
Okay, but let's be clear on this, Shannon, to add to it, because you only saying half the service. I'm gonna keep it full blast. It's even worse when that man. It's even worse when a man that follows your rhetoric goes into a New York City Transit Authority area and tries to harm other people because he was listening to Kevin Samuels. Again, y'all keep forgetting words have power. Certain people's words have power and it has meaning. You think that just because Kevin Samuels had women on his screen, that meant that it was gravitating to women? No. It wasn't just gravitating to women, because if it was gravitating to women, then the people who were on that subway station would still be okay. They wouldn't be injured. They wouldn't still be having scars, because a man who loved Kevin Samuels so much got so mad that he decided he wanted to go ahead and go down there and try to put a bomb down there. Come on, y'all. Y'all need to be realistic here. Some people's words have power and meaning and can be dangerous.
I understand.
Is that for both genders?
See? Here we go.
Is that for? I'm just asking a question.
Come on now.
I'm just asking a question.
Let him ask it.
Because I heard people almost lost their bodies, and you're talking about women too. See what I mean?
What was your question, Obi-Wan? What was your question?
Well, my question was towards both of you guys, because you guys were saying similar things. It's that incident in New York. I'm not for that. So I don't know why you keep going down that lane. What I'm saying is, you guys just said words have power. Mm-hmm. For you to talk trash about somebody and go on social media and do it for money, you're a trash person. So what I'm saying is, does that apply for women too? Or is that just for men?
Yeah, I think that applies. So to answer your question, yes. The problem is that I would have is that, you know, a woman's words versus a man's fist, or a man's words probably be a little different, because if we look at violence, who keeps doing it?
No. We're talking about words right
Okay,
now.
well, okay, words. So yes, nobody would disagree. Yes, harmful words are harmful words, no matter who it comes from. Yes.
Okay, then. So when I said that earlier, y'all went all back and said, "Oh no, that's a small."
He's centering himself, and I'm not even centering him right now. Oh my
y'all talk about interrupting, but every time I speak, y'all interrupt. Like, that's chill. So what else?
Do you want us to give you a hug?
Bro.
No, let him speak, because I'm gonna have to move up to KGR. Pablo, and
you must want a hug, right?
No, I'm good. I'll get a hug from my girl. I'm good.
Hey man, well, okay, I'm gonna just put it like this. When I look at society, men are the problem. But go ahead.
So my thing is this: it's all about, once again, most of these guys have been saying we agree with you, but as soon as we say one part, y'all go into a tangent, and it's just like, bro, we not against y'all. Ain't nobody against y'all. We agree, but yet y'all still go back to that same rhetoric of, oh, dog, these guys and they ain't looking for this and like, bro, we here to support.
What you talking about? Actually, I don't even want you to answer the question. The problem, this whole both sides shit just doesn't apply when it comes to death.
As far as rhetoric, as far as speaking, you just said it does.
As far as speaking, yeah, but when I start looking at who's the problem in society, what gender has caused more harm on this earth, and even to today?
More violence,
violence, harm, whatever.
No, harm is subjective.
Okay, violence, fam, death. What gender has caused more death?
Yeah, men.
All right, so and when I start looking at who's perpetuating the most violence and who's mostly locked up in jail, I'm not saying it's all.
You're moving the goalpost.
I'm not moving the goalpost. I'm not moving the goalpost. What I'm saying is, brother, I specifically think when it comes to situations in life, everything has to start with the man, because the man is the problem, mostly on the collective group.
Stop. The system is the problem.
Oh, Jesus. The system.
The real problem.
The system, fam. It's the fucking system.
It's men, it's women. No.
It's the oh Lord, it's the system. Y'all, the system, bro, the system got niggas leaving their kids. The system got y'all all fucked up. It's the system. It's always the goddamn system.
The smack epidemic of imprisonment.
Who sold it? 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 Who sold it?
When you look at
who sold it
in their community, they're a lot more together, even though they.
Who sold it?
Hold on.
Who sold it?
Who sold it? The cops.
Nigga, who put? All right, who sold it? We're not gonna play that. Because I'm not always gonna blame the white man. Sometimes it's just niggas that are fuck ups. Okay. Sometimes it's just men. Sometimes it's just black people. Since we want to talk about black and we want to talk about the system and black people and all this shit, because you made it black specific when I said men are the problem. I was talking about men collectively and all goddamn races, right? That men are usually the problem. Now, but since we going back to black, who sold the damn drugs to their community?
So I'm gonna respond to what you're saying, but let me finish my statement, bro. Just let me finish, okay? So what I'm saying is this: yes, black men sold those drugs. You know why they did that? Because they could not get the jobs, because they were keep getting falsely imprisoned. It was a whole, like I said, conglomerate of situations. If you ever took an economics class about black history, you would understand that this was systematically designed to separate the families.
Yeah.
They've been trying to do that since the early times, because in the 1920s, when the whole system crashed, and guess who? Only families stood together and were prospering. Black families. That was the only group of people, not Asians, not Indians, not whites. It was the blacks.
We still had 40%, and we still had 40% poverty. We still had 40% poverty.
We were just out of slavery still.
The system.
Okay, so I'm not saying 100%.
Okay. No,
I'm not saying,
hold on.
no, I'm not finished.
We were economically separate. We were still at 40%. We were.
Hold on. KJ, let him finish. Let him finish real quick. Go ahead.
So what I'm saying is, I'm not blaming it completely on a system.
Yo, I swear for God that wasn't me. Somebody is really tired of him. I'm not even gonna hold you.
And then we glorified those dudes, those drug dealers,
Hold on.
and all of them.
You got brother, you got cut off. You got cut off. You got to restart your sentence.
So what I'm saying is, we played our part. Yes, we did in the system. Just like women played their part with the feminist movement. And Margaret Sanger, whatever her last name is.
Wait, did he say feminist?
Stop, Shemaine. Stop.
No, I'm just asking a question.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I did say the feminist movement. The origin of the feminist movement. Not saying the entirety of the feminist movement. I'm saying the origin of the feminist movement was a part of the system to separate black families. Look it up. So back to what I'm saying is, what the black man played his part by selling the drugs. We glorified that black man because guess what? That's the only image we have because they killed all our leaders. They separated all our groups.
System.
And so now we once we celebrated those drug lords and drug kingpins and we got out of the church and that's a whole nother subject. And now we left with this, a whole bunch of mess because it's a whole bunch of niggas out here just doing dumb stuff because there's no leaders. All we doing is pointing fingers, talking shit at people.
Yeah. So again, so you saying that everybody should start attacking the system? The system.
Should everybody attack the system?
Yeah.
Yes.
So the system is the system is the problem.
Oh my God. Man.
No, I'm listening. I'm listening.
The system is the main problem. Is one of the main problems. It's like, bro, come on. I said this. It's not just the problem. It's the main.
But it's the main problem. But it's the main problem with the community is
and that was perpetuated by the man. Yes. Okay. White man specifically.
All right. Get back to the prompt, man.
Understood. Go ahead, Pablo.
I just want to get back to the prompt, bro.
Yeah.
It isn't really kind of got off.
Yeah, I mean, it always happens. Nobody addresses this young girl and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to get back to the all black women not protected, and man, we've failed. We failed them.
How old are you, brother?
I'm 50.
Oh, thank you. Finally, an old nigga with some wisdom that I can. I'm sorry, not an old nigga. That was different. Older man with some wisdom that I can listen to.
I completely understand where you come from, brother. And me, I'm just saying I've been a part of that system. What he was talking about. We failed our women, all women, but mainly our black women. Our mothers, our aunties, our cousins, sisters, we have, man, and we don't really want to hold ourselves accountable for that, so we make these excuses. We make all these excuses, man, on why we shouldn't just go ahead and step up and just be real about the situation. It should be no debating or arguing back and forth. It's time to create solutions and not just keep creating problems in the situations. The women need us more than ever. And I think it's time for us to start standing up and just go ahead and acknowledge that, But every man has their own perceptions and perspectives and their opinions, and you can do the research and come up with the history lessons and all this other type of stuff, man. But at the end of the day, back to the main point, are our women being protected and they're not?
So can I? Okay, I struggle a little bit, especially when I'm talking to people that are 25 and 30 years my senior about this topic, because I think they speak from a different vantage point when they say we failed. I wasn't around when you were failing, so I guess it's an inherited failure. It just is what it is. Call a thing a thing. So I don't know. I feel like sometimes it comes across a little disingenuous when it's like this retrospective, like we failed. Like, when did you come to this conclusion? Like, did you realize? Did you not realize or see the failure when you were 30, when you were 40? And this is a genuine question. I'm just curious. One second. I don't know if you hear me.
Oh, no, my bad. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So I'm just really curious because I would hate to get to the age of 50 and then I was talking to somebody that's like 18 and be like, we failed. Because I would know that by and large, that 18-year-old probably didn't contribute to the social condition that we are in now, for real, for real. I understand that they're probably going to be socialized around perpetuating these harms, and they have been socialized around perpetuating them. But I guess how do you pull up to the conversation, right, and talk to people across generations and reach the same conclusion? At what point did you realize we were failing, right? Were you 30? Were you 40? Or did you come to the conclusion today? I'm just curious.
You finished, brother?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I've been to penitentiary 3 times, bro. I was a straight A student in school. I played football. I chose to get into the streets. My grandmother didn't raise me like that. I failed my grandmother, my mother. You know, I disappointed them in many ways. And I jumped on that train of early 80s and 90s, selling crack, pushing dope through the streets, you know, hustling, packing pistols and guns. I jumped on that train, young brother. You see, and a lot of brothers my age and in my generation fell within the same system. So when I say we fell, that means I'm talking about my generation, my brothers. Before me, with me, and after me. So,
and were y'all also teaching the kids to be gang members and stuff like that, and having them join?
Well, it wasn't really just teaching; it was just the trends. That's what everybody was falling in place with. The neighborhoods were infested with all of this. This was the norm. This was your environment. You know, we of course we had choices whether to finish school and complete playing football or hit the streets. Mainly everyone chose the streets. I don't fault anyone for the decisions that they made. There's no blame on anyone. I know I failed my mom, my grandmother, my sisters. So if I could just switch it up and do it like that, I don't want to put that on anybody else, but I do feel and honestly feel that the decisions I've made, it influenced and had a great impact on what I could have did different. If I'd have made the correct choices then, I think that one of my choices, and when I recognized being locked up, when I recognized my shortcomings and my failures and my mistakes versus with my kids and my family, because we all have roles. We're born into our family with roles, and I let go of that role, you see, and I didn't take up on that role, and I failed in many areas of my life.
And there was a lot of black men doing the exact same thing.
Doing the exact same thing.
So your decisions that you made back then had effects on the generation today.
Right.
Thank you.
And
thank you for what you. Thank you for admitting that, because I think he understood. Basically, like the older generation failed. So when I say black men failed, I'm not trying to throw all of them under the bus, but a lot of them did fail.
When I said we failed, I mean, when I'm speaking like that, I would expect guys that are my age that understands, that know, and they know exactly what I'm talking about. They know who I'm talking about. They know who I'm talking to. I can't expect an 18-year-old or a 19-year-old to understand what I'm talking about because you didn't experience what I experienced. And I did have the power. And I look at, and you look back on your life and you see where you veered off at. You see where you took that wrong turn at, and you take that personal inventory and you dive within yourself and you conjure up all that contamination and dirt, and you really focus on yourself and you begin to know yourself. And that's when, I came to the conclusion that I have to be a part of the change. When I was listening to the sister earlier was saying that we don't research or go to find out what the women are going through. And basically many men, I feel, don't take up that position because everyone is anti. Everyone is not positioned with each other. Everyone is against each other. It's a competition. I'm trying to make more baskets than you. So when I speak, I'm trying to get recognized, get my point across, and my statements across, so I can get views and likes and understandings that what I say is law, and you're gonna listen, and then you be like, no, hell no. What I say is law, and you're gonna listen. And so now we're against each other. Whether it's sitting down and looking at all the trajectories and seeing what's wrong and what's right, and coming to an agreement on certain things, and agreeing to disagree on certain levels. You know, we just all have to understand each other's positions and stances on certain subjects and views, and know that we have to come together and come to a compromisable situation, man, to get a solution in play. That's the whole thing. That's the main thing, is getting a solution. We talking about these things for solutions, not more problems.
Man, I appreciate you for yeah, mute your mic real quick, OG. I don't know you, Pablo. I'm gonna just call you Pablo.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm gonna call you Miss. I'm gonna call you by your last name out of respect, Mr. Sicario, even if that's your real name. But Mr. Sicario, appreciate that. Right, appreciate you for saying that. Right, told y'all I listen. Older men with wisdom. Now,
I swear, isn't he a blessing in here?
yeah, I usually get 1 out of 1,000.
Blessing.
Who KGR? You was trying to speak because you've been quiet for a minute, and you was talking, and then you got cut off.
Oh yeah, no, I was just pointing out, like, when people try to say both sides, and when people are like, oh, it's the system. Who created the system? Men. Men continuously perpetuate said system. Men refuse to fight against said system. And they just want to be at the top of said system. So if you all are continuing to do all this stuff, you're part of the problem. You are the system. If you continuously reinforce the system, you can't complain about it because you're actively participating in it and you're reinforcing it. The dude who talked about, oh, and they're getting out of church. Okay, so let's look at that. No hate, Killmonger. You know, I'm an atheist, proud and standing true. I don't believe in a sky daddy. But if we're looking at the church has actually done more harm than good. And I'd say the past 50 years. Let's just be so for real. The church has been predatory towards poor communities. We've seen nothing but rampant abuse, SA, across the board within all churches. And no one's holding these men accountable, but you want to blame the system. You talked about feminism is a bad thing. There's a feminist movement. Black women created the feminist movement, just so you know. And we're womanists now. So we had to separate a little bit just so that we can show that we're only focusing on women, specifically BIPOC women, okay? But Black women were the women who have always fought for women's rights. Always. We have always fought for our rights. We have always stated that we are also people. So Joyner Truth, when she sat there and stated, ain't I a woman? When she pointed out Black women were treated the same as Black men in enslavement, and yet you all want to try to act like you all were harmed more. Y'all didn't have y'all's babies ripped out and fed to alligators. Y'all weren't given birth in sugarcane fields. Y'all weren't being raped and then watching as your children were sold from you. Y'all didn't go through that. That was us. And while you can say, oh, well, we were meant to. No. Because the bond a woman has with her child when she has grown it, cultivated it, protected it, and birthed it. Selling our children was far worse. The fact that we've always put our bodies up to protect y'all. Always. Black women have always stood in front. We weren't standing behind y'all. Niggas, y'all was standing behind us. So for us to state that we want to be treated as people and be seen as humans, and that's a problem, nigga, I need you to really check yourself. Because feminism is about equity, and it benefits men too. And I don't understand this whole hatred. And Margaret Sanger, so what? She was a eugenicist. Okay, cool. She hated everybody. But talking about AB, when Black women are 3 times more likely to unalive from pregnancy than any other group of women. When having a child for a Black woman can either put her into poverty or place her life at risk is not something that you can sit there and get mad about. And just so you know, the granny women, my people, the people I like, the practice I practice, which is hoodoo, we've been doing ABs. That's our shit. We know how to do that. We've been doing that shit. Okay? We've been doing this. So for you to act like, oh, it's just a new thing. No, we've been doing it. Why do you think there aren't more of us? Because during slavery, they came to us, my people, to make sure that they did not birth another child for them to enslave. That's what we did. We were always willing to sacrifice ourselves. But y'all niggas have never stood up to sacrifice yourselves for us. So now that we're all saying, nah, we done. Y'all sacrifice, y'all do you. We're going to just insulate and worry about us. Now y'all want to throw temper tantrums about feminism because you can no longer benefit from Black women's labor, from our sacrifice, from our bodies. So please miss me with that shit. And Kelshorn, what's BS? Please tell me, because I can give you a bunch of recipes in order to make sure you ain't never get pregnant, or if you are, that never happens, that you don't birth nothing. Trust and believe.
I think she's talking about your reaccounting of the experiences of chattel slavery. I think that's what she's referring to.
What am I wrong about? Please tell me.
I think
You took what I said out of context. I wasn't saying the feminine movement completely was wrong. I said the initial feminist movement, and that's why I brought up Martin, because I was talking about them. I was talking about the system. I wasn't talking about women. I was talking about the system. This is where I'd be like, no, maybe I'm not speaking.
We heard you the first time when you talked about the system, though. That's the thing.
I'm not finished. Let me finish.
Sir, you've been cutting everybody off and never mind. Go ahead.
I'm sorry for cutting y'all off. I apologize. Pablo, I appreciate what you said. I won't interrupt anymore. And the reason why someone in the comments said using emotional intelligence. You're right. Appreciate you for saying that. And I, like I said, what I said was not combat women. It was more so pointing out what parts of the system was dividing us. That's what I was talking about.
No, what's dividing us is you all playing into the system. I'm gonna tell you this, Obi, because we've listened to you ramble and you're annoying.
No. So you can cut me off. Go ahead, but just know I'm not interrupting. All right, go ahead, have fun.
Okay. So here's the thing: Black men want to be white tea men so bad that y'all are sitting here stepping on Black women's necks and Black children's necks, Black femme presenting people, their necks. Also, Huda, whatever that Ifa will blah, blah, blah. No. And hoodoo, the women are the practitioners, my guy. Yes, there are some men who can be practitioners and who can have some sort of elder status, but it's primarily women. Women have always been the center of all spirituality, just so you know. So please miss me with your nouveau hotepery, okay? But back to you, Obi. You keep it's the system. No, feminism is actually against the system. Because the system is designed to make men continuously step on women and stay in their place and refuse to overthrow the people who are actually oppressing us all. But you want to sit there and make it, and that's why I brought up Margaret Sanger. If you don't even understand what Margaret Sanger did, which, by the way, when she unalived, AB was still illegal, okay? So it wasn't about ABs. They were just talking about planning your parenthood, which means birth control. Not having kids you can't afford to take care of. Preventing women from being in a cycle of poverty. How is that bad? How is that bad? Checking women for cancer. How is that bad, my guy? You don't even know enough about history to speak on this shit, and then you're running your mouth sounding silly. Because she founded Planned Parenthood, but it was primarily focused on poor white tea women who were having more babies than they could take care of, and those babies were unaliving. So instead of doing that, it was about, oh, hey, let's practice birth control. Let's make sure that you survive your pregnancy, ho. Like, what's wrong with that?
So hold on. Wait, time out.
I wanted to ask KG a question.
Well, let me just say this: we gotta get back to the topic, because we keep going far out the way.
Yeah, that's because the dudes keep doing.
Yeah, I know the prompt and the guy, because Pablo answered the prompt. Then I don't know how we got all the way back, but once a person takes it back, then a person is going to rebuttal. So that's going to happen. So I'll be trying to let it rock out, but eventually we got to get back to the whatchamacallit. Now I don't know who made it go back. I don't remember. I don't know who it was, but anyway, the topic. Now, what were you gonna ask, Charmaine? You go ahead and ask your question, but after that,
no, never mind. We're gonna go back on the topic because
Okay.
You're right. It gets too far off on the topic, so we're gonna go back to it. So anyway, we know black women. We know black women will never be protected, no matter what anybody says. Like, that's obvious. All I can say is to my sister, just do us a favor. From now on, please make sure that you are taking necessary steps to do what you need to do to protect yourself at all times possible. I'm gonna say this real quick because I don't know. We might have to do those. We might have to go back to doing those again, where we talk about some about how you can be able to protect yourself, know the signs and symptoms of the things that are going around you. So even with people around you that you are close to. So we're gonna have to talk those again, I guess. I just want y'all to be safe and careful out here because obviously, right, these conversations right here are further proof that we are really not protected at all. We're not. We're not protected at all. We're not going to be protected at all. Men are going to constantly remove the goalpost all the time just to prove a point. Just to prove a point that we are the problem. So since we are the problem, again, like we've been telling y'all, we just gonna have to be the solution. And the solution is, my sisters, please try to find some self-defense classes. Please try to make sure you do whatever it is that you have to do to protect yourself, be cautious, and be aware. Because obviously, every time when we have these conversations, they make it perfectly clear that obviously we will not be protected. Like they told us a long time ago, the most disrespected woman is a black woman. So we're gonna have to face facts on this one, and we're just gonna have to be cautious and go back to what we were been doing. We've been cautious of everybody before. We're gonna have to be cautious to everybody again. Now we're gonna have to go back to our we don't trust all black men. We're gonna have to, because if this is the conversation that they're having and they keep saying it's our fault. So we're about to give them a solution. Go right back to us not trusting no black men at all, no matter who it is, even if it's somebody around you. That's the solution. Since this is how they want it, we're going to give them exactly what they want. Please, under no circumstances, go and trust no black man, none around you, none in front of you, nothing. Now, because that. If it wasn't the goal, then they shouldn't have said it. If that wasn't the goal, then men shouldn't have never said it. Men should not be on this panel trying to constantly tell us as women that we have to learn to do this, that, and the third. They keep telling us what we need to do. They keep telling us how we should do things. So I'm just telling you, the solution is be cautious, be wary.
So there was a comment. Dude said great solution. But he was trolling.
That's all I said. Let's just don't call it to the show. It wouldn't have been an issue, bro. That's all I said. But this whole point,
I wasn't talking about you, Rick. I don't even know what you're talking. It wasn't your comment. But what are you saying? What were you saying?
I'm responding to her. I want to talk about you.
So what are you saying?
What are you responding to me for? I don't even know what you're talking about.
Okay. She said men are panel saying what they need to do. I'm like, fam, all I said was don't.
I wasn't even talking to you.
Wait, come on. I don't think she wasn't even addressing you.
That's what I said. I think you feel guilty about something.
Oh my God. Okay, go ahead. My bad.
Yo.
It was supposed to be lighthearted, but y'all niggas took it left. My fault.
So, Zoe, Zoe, let me say something directly to you, because I'm streaming on YouTube as well. I'm on TikTok as well. Black women on YouTube or TikTok, don't trust me either. Mark me as an enemy, right? Because you should, right? Black man, I don't know you. I'm married to a black woman. That don't mean nothing. A lot of niggas be married to a black woman. And basically what I'm saying, don't pedestalize me. I'm not a good man. Don't pedestalize me. KGR say don't pedestalize. Don't pedestalize no man, right? I don't know why y'all. I don't find offense when a dude gets. I mean, when a woman gets up here and says these things, because I'm calling out my group of men like I should, right, for the things they say online. I'm addressing those type of guys. Y'all know what's going on this side of TikTok and on YouTube. Do not pedestalize me. You don't know me. I don't know you. I'm not around you. I can't be there to protect you all the time. I don't know your problems. Don't know it. But on these discussions, right? We can have these discussions. So you think that I'm feeling dissed by Shemaine and what she said, or what even KGR says, bro. The last thing I want to do is advocate for relationships, because if I say, hey, that's a good man right there, and she end up between a washer and a dryer, I'm gonna feel bad about that. I don't know who I'm gonna tell you specifically. I don't know who the good men are. I tell black women this all the time, and they know this. I don't know who the good men are. Don't ask me what the good men are. Don't ask me if I have any brothers, sisters. I mean, brothers, family members. I don't know. Stop. I don't know. Hopefully you find one, right? Hopefully you find a man, if you want that will love you like it's no tomorrow, that will treat you right, that will never cheat and put your head between a washer and dryer, that ain't misogynistic. Every man's misogynistic in some sense, though. Yeah, but that's just not an asshole. But I can't tell you what the good men are, because niggas can't even tell you who the good men are. And then your friends, you would say as a good man, but if I asked them what's their body count, and they ran through a lot of women and they only used them for sex, is that a good man? Which again, a lot of men have done this.
And I'm glad you.
So I don't know what y'all want from me. So Zoe, I don't know what the point of you saying that was in the comments, and they just dissed me. I don't care.
I didn't say that.
You said they said this male host ain't safe either.
Yeah, and I just laughed at it. Why?
But they ain't safe. Like, okay, they shouldn't trust. Like, you shouldn't trust. Would you tell your daughter to trust a man?
No, I don't trust none of y'all. None of y'all.
All right, but so what was the point of making that? Well, what was that comment? What was that comment made?
I just laughed at it. That's all it was. I don't know why you're going on a tangent.
It's not a tangent, fam, because y'all like to do that stuff. Y'all like to say when a black woman come up here and say, "Don't trust no black man," but they up here talking to one. Y'all will say like I'm being champion or something.
I literally said under that comment, that same comment, that I agreed. Like, what the?
I didn't see that. Fam, I didn't see that. No need for that.
I think you're cherry picking a little bit. So
I didn't see the damn comment. I did see the other one.
Yeah,
I wonder if it got blocked. I wonder if it got blocked.
I'm just telling you why.
Don't you talk shit about black women on other panels, because I've seen that comment multiple times.
I mean, bro, he was on public panel. I mean, he was on public. He was on public panel.
Okay, could you cite what I said, or do you have a recording?
I mean, no, we ain't gonna do all that. You was on public.
Right.
You was on public panel. I already know how they went down. He was on there a few days ago.
Public panels today.
You about to get
I didn't know you was on there today, but I know you was on there a few days.
I go on public panel like frequently. Like, I literally go up there. We have conversations frequently.
Okay.
And his are recorded, by the way. So if you find me or if you say I'm talking shit about black women, you can play back anything. But it's always so funny that everybody that claims this never have any evidence. Like, it's just so weird to me.
Well, this is your first time on mine.
Have I talked about black women on your panel?
I'm sorry.
They're going to be saying, I want you to know that somebody's going to be saying, oh, you was on, is your name Killmonger? You was on Killmonger's panel talking shit about black women. That's what they're going to say. That's what they're going to. I would definitely say that in this live, I have not heard you say anything specifically bad about black women. I would do that. Black. I don't.
today.
I will say on my live. I would say on my live, because I do this.
Yeah, I'm saying today.
On my live, you have not said anything about
today.
Huh?
Wait, hold on. What you saying, Killer
At some point, I'll say today.
What you're saying, Killer I was on Public Live earlier today.
Yeah.
They're saying that I was talking shit about black women on his live earlier today, which again, it's a lie. I don't know why they keep lying.
Okay. Well, I hope nobody's lying. I wasn't there.
All right, y'all, we're not gonna move the goalpost.
Yeah. We going back. We going back.
Yeah, we're not gonna.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Because I'm glad that you, because Shannon, I really am glad you brought that up. Because to tell you, I had this conversation. It's going to the prompt, trust me. The same thing that you just said, I had this conversation to a person too, and I told them that he was like, yeah, I have a whole lot of friends who did that and that. See, no, it's a totally different story for when your friends know you, and for a person who is dating you to know you. It's two different things. It's two different things. It's two different ways. There are certain things that that a lot won't understand, and I made that perfectly clear. So when you said that, yeah, I can't tell my friends that that's a good man, Savannah, is because he's not lying. That's not a good man. He don't know if that's a good man for real. He could be a cool friend to him, but that might not be a good man for you.
All right, so let's just talk. Yeah, because y'all, I love that we like to ask me. It always comes back to the host, right? But let me flip the question back. Since my solutions are not rooted in reality, Obi-Wan, what is your solutions to protect them black
solutions? Can you tell me your solutions real quick? Not to interject, bro.
Well, I already said them. It was well, you said you didn't hear them. All right. So Zoe remembers that I said, hey, policing your own community. Black people have to police their own community. Now, I don't know if that looks like more black people joining the police force and specifically being zoned there, or if it just means, hey, as far as our community, a collective group of black men or black people need to police their community. We need to get the drug dealers out, the gang members out, all of that. When it comes to the women, we should assert ourselves into these type things with a strap. Because one thing Zoe said was that people are pew-pewing nowadays, and that shouldn't stop nothing. You know what? Put it like this. There's gonna be something weird. If you're afraid to die for your community, then are you really part of the community?
Exactly.
But you know, on the other hand, I'm just saying, because the niggas back then, well, even though they were
part of your community, even if you're unwilling to die. We just have different ideas of community, and that's okay.
Can you truly care for your community if you're not willing to put your life on the line for it?
Yes, you can.
Oh wow. I don't think you can, because if you can see some other solutions. How many people died trying to get us freedoms?
Okay, so hold on, Killer Monger. I think people say
things I see.
At this point,
I didn't even get to finish asking.
Oh, my fault.
I didn't even get to finish asking. Answering those questions. I do. So like you said, start our own police force. My biggest issue, and I think what has to go on, right, is the biggest problem is that black people, specifically men, I have to start with you, need to police their own community. And you have to be willing to go to war with set gang members, drug dealers, and all those people in order for things to get better. The white man can't save you, and then they're not coming to save you. The police, none of that. So if you're not willing to do that, then you cannot, there's never going to be anything better, right? One thing, we have to circulate the black dollar. I don't know why I know why Black Wall Street, it was multiple of them, but not built. But we can do that. We can do that. It is possible for us to rebuild again and invest back in our community and get things done. It'll be hard, but we can do it. Problem is, a lot of people don't want to put in the work to do it. One, we have to also, another thing, bro, therapy. Therapy is a problem. I'm serious. I know y'all may not think that that's big, but nigga, we need therapy, fam. A lot of us are suffering from, this man and woman suffering from a lot of childhood stuff. And we don't know how to work through these issues, or we don't go, see, look, this nigga here just said super. So what the fuck are you talking? Yeah, you know what? You getting blocked.
Bro, just finish your statement. You
getting blocked. So therapy, right? A lot of, therapy. We need therapy. Point blank period. We can even say all of us need some type of therapy. Women go to therapy. That's the problem. Well, that's not the problem, but women go to therapy, men don't. That's the problem. Men don't go as much as women. I think we need to go to therapy as Black men. Okay. Also, when we talk about healthy family dynamics, I'm not finna argue nuclear versus communal or the village. We need to be better family members. That's all I'm gonna say. There should be no little girls getting raped, no little boys getting is it the other word? I don't want to say the word on here, but y'all know what I'm saying.
Raped.
Yeah, particularly by there are cases where women do this to little boys. I know I have to coddle you niggas, okay? Because I know y'all gonna be like, what about the women? Just stop. This shit happens mostly through the hands of men, okay? We need to be better family members, right? We have to start addressing these family issues and family dynamics, right? With what's going on. And also the last key, this may fall on the pandering side a little bit. As men, leave women alone. Point blank period. Stop talking about fucking women. Let's go be some men and check some men and hold men accountable. And I promise when we get our shit together and we start actually moving in one accord, right? Moving in one accord as a man, I promise you. Women ain't gonna have shit to say. Don't put them in a position to say shit. But besides that last point, I think everything I said was on par.
I'm just trying to figure out who would disagree with it.
Well, niggas always get mad at the last sentence. Niggas always get mad at the last sentence. Like, don't leave women alone. Stop talking about women. Weave, bonnets, lashes, leave all that. Niggas will usually, sorry, not niggas. Black men will usually get mad at that part and be like, nah, bro, the problem is the woman. Yeah, so I just expect it at this point. So my bad. But go ahead.
I never, and let me clarify again. I do believe since we are the head, we are the problem in this patriarchy. Let me be clear.
Okay.
So we are the problem, so we need to be the solution with that. Whenever I said those other sections, it was only as a suggestion, not saying you women are the main problem or anything like that. So my bad if I sound off, I was coming off as the red pill. I don't subscribe to that red pill bullshit because truthfully, it doesn't create solutions. I'm definitely about solutions. So and the solutions that you gave, I'm 100% with that. So if we can all get on board with doing that, then shit, it won't be no panels like this.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. I think right now I know what's going on, and there is a need, right? I'm gonna piss somebody off. Women need men to call out and hold other men accountable. I'm not saying need as in need a man. So y'all don't need y'all to be soft right now. But only a man can check a man. Just point, the women ain't gonna get nowhere without men asserting themselves in other men and what they got going on. It's just not gonna happen. So I don't care about the whole needing man as far as relationship and money and finance and how and all that stuff. But as far as the violence and the things that's going on, the children, whatever, right? They need other men to step up and call out other men, or we can all disappear. Then there would be no. No, I'm just playing. I'm going to the extreme, but go. No, I was playing, but I wasn't. But I was playing. Now, what you said is though? What? So you had unmuted your mic and then you
Oh, I just laughed. It was something.
Oh, what? The last thing I did. The last thing I just said.
You said we disappeared.
Hey man, listen, bro. Listen. If we was to disappear, who would be the enemy of women, bro? Women. That's it. That's it. And more harm wouldn't come through women than it.
Well, I will say this one thing. When you said earlier that, were you saying men do more harm to children?
I didn't say that.
Oh, okay.
I didn't say that.
I asked. That's all I'm doing.
But
Yeah.
I didn't say that, but wouldn't the statistics back that up?
No.
Okay. Well, I ain't gonna address it. I ain't gonna
No, I
address
got the
it.
statistics.
But I didn't say
Women
that.
abuse children more than men.
You say what?
Women abuse children more than men.
Don't they even out? Don't they even out around a certain age range?
No.
Because women are usually the ones that if 80% of women have the kids more often, right? There's going to be some levels of abuse. But if 15% of men
to 96 to 196,000.
Say that one more time.
213,000 to like 192 or 196,000.
Of what? Custodial parents?
No, he's talking.
If more women, because I don't want to have the abuse conversation, but if more women
Can
have,
we just move past this point because I feel like it doesn't serve the conversation.
okay, cool. I won't talk about it then. I won't talk about it.
I was just asking for clarity.
Yeah, but to answer your question, I didn't say that in this live. Who else? Oh, I'm sorry.
There's people in the queue.
Yeah, but yeah, y'all can still stay. I'm just gonna bring this person on. I'll start bringing other people up, but yeah, Rick, did you have a disagreement, or anybody? Did you have a disagreement or an agreement?
I just the family thing. I think it starts in the home. So like, get your house in order, then we can have a community. But that's pretty much it.
Okay. Okay. Who's in charge? Who's in charge of getting the house in order?
Depends on your relationship. In my house, is me and my wife together. We work together. Like we do whatever works for us. Like that's up to people to decide, because I get a real. So hear me out. I have a real hard time with the leadership convo because I keep hearing women say they don't want us to lead them. So I try to avoid the "I'm going to lead my family" conversations. Like whatever works for you, do that.
But does your wife want you to lead, right?
My wife wants me to lead, but she wants to lead from the back. It's funny.
I understand it. So women are looking for partnership and not necessarily a benevolent dictatorship. And there's nothing wrong with that.
My wife tells me what to do sometimes. I tell her what to do sometimes. It just depends on what we're doing.
Okay. All right. Benevolent dictatorship is hilarious. That's hilarious. Zoe.
What's up?
Any disagreements?
No, I think we kind of ironed everything out. For the most part, yeah, we're not in disagreement.
Okay. Shemaine, any disagreements?
You're gonna have to get back to me. I'm chewing.
All right. Obi-Wan, any disagreements? Or any criticism towards how this live was conducted?
It's just on both sides, be more respectful. I think we can have a simple dialogue without getting too brash, and I'm talking to myself as well.
I would like to apologize for yelling at you earlier, brother. I got a little frustrated with you because you was cutting me off. My bad. I shouldn't have yelled at you. We could have came to that a little bit more respectful.
Well, I take full accountability for interrupting too, because I did interrupt a few times. So I'll take accountability on that. Miss Rock, we're gonna come back up to you, KJ. I just want to Miss I'm not gonna Miss Rock, how you doing?
Hello.
Rock sexy. No, I ain't gonna say the last name. I don't know how they act on this app.
No.
But go ahead.
Just say call her by her name, boy.
I'm just Miss Rock.
What's the question, sir?
Oh, well, you came up. You had like something you wanted to say towards the prompt or the story with this young woman, or you got a disagreement?
So yeah, when I came in listening, everybody makes valid points, but I think the biggest problem that we have is, as you said there, and I've heard several people say it, it's always a complaint but never a solution, right? So we all know what the problems are. So why do we keep talking about the same old problem instead of just talking about solutions to the problem? When it comes to essay, of course, we know the numbers are skewed, and that's due to the reports. Most people don't report theirs, and there's a reason that a lot of people don't report, and most men don't report theirs. So we don't even have an accurate number on that for young men. I know for me, and I'm in my mid-50s, that there are a lot of young men that were essayed by babysitters and mama's friends and all of those things. So that's in itself is a conversation that we haven't really even touched on. But I will say this, when it comes to community, a lot of each generation affects each generation coming after them. Our generation, Gen X generation, definitely had, and the baby boom generation definitely played a major factor in the way these kids and the way the generations came after today. I work in the community, so I work with single fathers, single mothers, fathers and nuclear families, all of those things. And it's always funny to me, and to me insulting too, because people talk about community or talk about their family. Who do you think your children are going to mix and mingle with? They're not dating you. People date within their community. So if you feel that I'm just gonna mind my business, my black business, and take care of my black family, when your son and your daughter grow up, they gonna get with Pookie and Ray Ray and Faniqua and Keisha down the streets and around the corners. So those same people you claim to not basically want to be bothered with is the same people that your children are going to procreate with. So that's why community is important. That is why we have to stand and come together as a community. When I was growing up, the aunties, the uncles, the grandmoms was outside. Right? So a lot of the kids weren't getting kidnapped like they're getting kidnapped today. I could be across town with my bike. I could be, anywhere. But today, because we have social media, because these kids are unmanned, and doing what they want to do with no parental guidance and the things that they're doing, and they're so easily accessible today compared to when I was growing up. We knew who lived in our neighborhoods. So when strangers came around, it was always all eyes on them. Who is you over here for? Who you here to see? All of those types of things. Today, neighbors don't even know neighbors. I can't even borrow, I'm going over there. If I need a stick of butter, God forbid I run out. It used to be go to the neighbor. We used to have corner stores. You go to a corner store, you have a credit. All of those things. We had a sense of community even during the crack epidemic era. We don't have it today. As someone said, everybody's selfish. It's a me, until you need someone else. Until something happens to your child. Now you want the community to tell you what happened. You got robbed. Somebody broke in your house. Whatever crime is committed, now you want people to stand up and take account and help you out. But any other time, it's mind your business. So, okay, I'm going to mind my... So now people are getting to the... I'm going to mind my business on this too. Yeah, I saw who broke in your house. But remember when I was trying to tell you something about your child and something your child was doing in the neighborhood, you told me to mind my business. So I'm going to mind my business across the board. We got to stop doing this shuffle and jive, pick and choose type thing. You either all in or you all out. That's just my take.
Ma'am, you're Gen X. They had to put on a damn commercial to ask you where your kids were at 10 at night.
Right. But
10 o'clock, do you know where your children are? Because they never had to do that for millennials. I'm going to be straight. Millennials never had that type of commercial.
But do you understand what that commercial actually meant? I mean, because kids were out having a good time.
No, ma'am. First off, stranger abduction is a rarity. So stranger abduction is a rarity. However, I will say during the 70s and 80s, it was actually far more common for kids to be kidnapped than it is now. Okay?
70s and 80s.
By strangers.
It was actually late 80s and early 90s that commercial came out. So just...
Ma'am, exactly, because kids were were outside. They were being kidnapped. They were being harmed. And the parents didn't even know they was outside. So please spare me this whole... We had community. No, the shit y'all didn't.
We did.
Even during this era. Ma'am.
I grew up.
Because I'm a product of that shit, and that's the problem. Y'all be living in delusion.
No, you live in a delusion.
Really,
That's
I
the
do.
problem that we really have.
I do.
You don't want to tell us. I can tell you more about your life than you can ever tell me about mine.
Tell me everything about my life.
Wait, so
No,
why?
no, ma'am. I
We
want
got
you
to have
tell
some
me about
decorum.
my
We
life.
got to have some
Tell me about my
decorum.
life.
We got to have some decorum. Decorum. You need a little bit of decorum.
This is what kills me. So I feel like we're stoves talking to microwaves and we're trying to find a common ground, right? And what is that common ground? Because there are people my age who understand that there are certain things that could have been done better, right? And we're trying to help build that gap, bridge that gap, with the next generations or the generations who want to put in the work and want our assistance. And anyway. And then we have the younger generations that's like, oh no, you're doing damage to your own kids too. And it kills me how each generation act like they're better than the last generation, and we're all doing damage to kids. I can guarantee you, each generation has a complaint about their parents. This new generation is going to have a complaint about the millennials, because we see the complaints about the millennials coming out.
Hey, you guys, it's by the old people.
No,
How many millennials allow their kids to go on sleepovers?
I work in the community with these
Ma'am,
children.
so do I. Ma'am, I'm literally in
These
college.
children can stand their parents, they're killing them. I mean, unaliving them. Sorry, my bad. They're unaliving them. When did you hear of kids in my generation unaliving their parents at a high rate?
Actually, kind of commonly, you do remember the Menendez brothers,
No,
right?
I'm black. I'm going on.
Okay, so you want to go with black? Okay, so let's look at that. Let's look at the black community unaliving people. Your generation created the C epidemic. Y'all were the candy salesmen. Y'all were the ones sitting out there destroying the entire community, ending up pimping out your own goddamn kids in order to produce, to support your
generations is not pimping out kids.
No, not really. Now, if we look at millennials, you guys talk about us because you say we coddle our children, that we are helicopter.
The biggest.
We're helicopter parents.
Biggest.
Wait, who did that? I don't know who did. Everybody, hold on. So let's try to have a little reset, cause we going off the rails. We gonna take a little breather. We're gonna come back to that. We're gonna come back to that. Ricky,
Yeah, brother.
what's going on?
Chilling, bro.
You had something to say?
Now I was just listening to these two women engage in a dialectic.
But so you don't? Do you have anything to say about the prompt or the story?
Black women are not protected. I mean, by who? That's the question. I feel like
They're not protected by their own group of men a lot of times, and they're not protected in society.
Oh yeah. I don't think there's a proper family structure, family unit when it comes to like the structure of Black communities. I think us men need to do better and be there for our kids.
Are you saying that the reason that Black women are getting harmed is because there's not a family unit?
A structure, yeah.
Okay, so let's take, if the father's not there, there's still uncles and grandparents around and stuff like that, sisters, aunties, right? Because if we talking about, I know we want to talk about nuclear family, and I don't got time to go down that. But even if the father's not there, these kids are usually getting harmed by someone in their family. It's not always a stranger; it'd be their family members when they experience SA and stuff, especially the women, right? So again, they're not even protected in their family. So how is where is the lack of family
harm, like from other folks, not from a holistic approach, right? Where they can be possibly harmed by their own family members. So,
they are harmed by what?
I understand. I just thought you were speaking about harm from other people.
Okay. Well, let's talk about harm. Let's talk about harm from other people.
I agree with you. I mean, SA happens, right? But it's just a sad case, right? That you can't really prevent it. I mean, the kid is
KG. Hold on, wait. That's not a good answer, brother.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a kid who doesn't really have the capability, or the mere act to like prevent him being essayed, I mean, it's gonna happen if no one's around, right? It's inevitable.
Are you talking about, you ignoramus? And I'm going to tell you this 100%. If a child is harmed, and what is it, 87% of the cases, it's
Bruh.
a family member or a close family friend,
Bro.
someone they trust, someone the parents trust. And most of the time it's the parents, it's a family member. So you're saying, oh, you can't prevent. Yes, the F you can.
What's your dispute though? I don't see what you're
No, so what are you you're oh well, we can't just stop. It's gonna happen if it's
No,
gonna
I'm saying
happen.
if a kid is essayed at a young age where he doesn't really have the possessive faculties, it's inevitable for it to like.
Are you saying that a child can't defend themselves? Is that what you're trying to say? A child can't.
That's my whole point.
Well, a child shouldn't have to.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm not saying kids should be essayed. That's ridiculous. I'm just saying a child who's essayed.
A child doesn't have the strength to.
Yeah, he doesn't have the strength. He doesn't possess the faculties. Is that wrong? Like,
No, it's because I was lost because I was like, wait, what? Like, but the problem is that they shouldn't have to, but also the problem is the family members.
Kids are just vulnerable. That's what I'm basically trying to say.
But the problem
family members. Look, I mean, if we're gonna look at it from a deterministic approach, I mean, you can't really stop it.
Using words you're incorrectly. Deterministic is not the type of term you're looking at.
I think if like someone gets essayed, it's determined, it's predetermined for it to happen. I don't think.
Okay, so why is it predetermined? By whom? Whom is it predetermined by?
I mean, whether you want to say it's predetermined by environmental factors or you want to say it's predetermined by God, right? I mean,
what?
You can take two approaches, whether an atheist or but.
Wait, what?
I mean, we all agree with
it's predetermined that a person gets.
No, we don't agree.
Wait, time out. One.
I mean,
time out.
If I say
predetermined. Wait, time out. Hold on. Predetermined by family, trash. Predetermined by God, trash. Predetermined. The problem is the family members, bro.
Do you not believe in determinism?
Huh?
Do you not believe in determinism?
No.
So, okay, I mean, then I don't know what to say to you.
And everybody, I'm Christian, and everybody over here ain't Christian, and we don't. Every person don't fall under that thing to say that, or to take Christian out of it. Some people don't believe in God on this panel.
Yeah, so but everyone believes in determinism, whether you're an atheist or not.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do. That's kind of.
What are you talking about, dude? You first and foremost, you came up using incorrect language to describe what you were saying. That's one. Two, determinism or predetermination is a theory that came out of Lutheranism and Calvinism. And even then they split because they too could not agree whether or not things were predetermined. Because if that were the case, then free will does not exist. So even in your whole statement, you're contradicting your whole entire position.
No. I'm not speaking about theological determinism, you idiot.
But sir, but you did use theological determination because that is what determinism is. One cannot guarantee, sir, shut up because you're ignorant.
You don't know what you're talking about.
The fact that you think that children, it's just gonna happen. No, it's not. The only reason children are actually preyed upon is because of people like you.
I'm talking about philosophical determinism.
I'm talking, sir, do you have a philosophy degree?
Hey, hold on. Let me.
I do. But let me respond to you.
Okay.
Yes. Let me just respond. I'm basically saying that regardless of.
Hold on, Miss Somebody. Let him finish. Philosophical predetermined. Bruh.
It's a religious theory. It's a religious theory that actually started with Calvinism and Lutheranism.
Let me respond to it. I'm just basically saying that the universe operates according to natural laws.
Now it's the universe.
Negating divine intervention. I'm not even speaking about a being that's in the the midst of everything. Atheists believe in determinism. No one negates determinism.
Can you have divine conversations without it being
wait, let me just land the plane, whether you're religious or not. But you said you're a Christian, so I'm going to appeal to you, right? Just to elucidate on my
You're not appealing to me.
No, but you believe God predetermined everything. So I'm
No, I
saying,
no,
like,
I didn't.
it's
I
like-
don't. I
it's
don't.
like
I don't
there's-
believe that.
Different.
I don't
No,
believe
no, no.
that.
So you don't believe God predetermined everything? That means He has no
No,
knowledge of
no,
the
I don't
future.
believe that God predetermined everything. No.
So
No.
you okay? So you don't, you negate that knowledge.
Hold on, sir, because you're contradicting yourself.
You said the universe.
let him
Wait,
speak,
time
let
out.
him
You just
speak,
wait,
let
time
him
out.
speak.
First of all, you just said the universe. Then you said God. So if you're gonna come with me with the
No, I'm asking you. No, I'm appealing to your worldview.
no,
right?
but
'Cause you,
forget my worldview. I just want to dissect what you said just a little bit. Give me a second. At first, you said when you're talking about divine, you said at first you wasn't saying even a being, but then when you put God, the Bible says the universe worships God, not the other way around. So, what angle are you trying to hit this from? Because
Yeah,
you
so-
said you're not
yeah, yeah.
talking about a being, but God is a spiritual being. So, what are you saying?
Yeah, so in your case, under your paradigm, your analytical criteria, you believe that God predetermined everything.
No.
and- so hold up. That's Christianity. Then you're not a
It's
Christian.
not
Sorry.
Christianity. Predetermined
Okay.
predetermined what? That I
So
go
hold
to
up.
that I go to HE double
No, no,
hockey
no,
sticks
no,
or
no.
heaven?
Predetermined everything to come into
Oh,
existence.
he did not predetermine people to get great. What are
Really?
you
No,
talking
no.
about?
Because yes, God predetermined for people to get raped.
No,
That's
he
correct.
did not. What are you talking about?
Okay, so do you believe in hold up, do you believe in absolute free will?
Yes, absolute free will. Yes.
Yeah, absolute free will doesn't exist, you idiot.
It does. It does. What are you talking? So I don't have the. I don't have. So how is it not free will? How is it
I'll
not
tell
free
you
will?
what, 'cause you
I
don't
have a
believe God-
choice.
You don't believe God's a primary agent that
I
controls
have no. So God controlling everything I do right now?
No, yes.
No, he's not.
because
God ain't.
hold up.
If God,
Yeah,
so wait, time out. How God gonna tell me not to sin, but then I go out and choose it?
Wait, yeah, because you're right now you're negating.
So
a
God
method-
makes a
Wait,
person
brother,
sin.
brother, just
Time out.
you're-
Wait, time out. God makes me fornicate.
Wait, yes, you're negating.
Have a good one, bro. Have a good one, bro.
What are you talking about? Like you.
Oh shoot, nigga, that wasn't even biblical, and I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Woo! That was
So
crazy.
that's Calvin. So what he was talking about is a form of Calvinism that came
Yeah, I don't
about.
subscribe to that.
Tried to say exactly. So again, that's why Calvinism and Lutheranism ended up breaking apart, and then they also broke apart into Baptist, every other Protestant belief system. If you're going to state that God allows for free will or that free will exists, then it automatically means that there cannot be absolute predetermination.
Mhm.
That would be incorrect. At the same time, to say that God is all knowing means that God can determine or know if something's going to happen and therefore doesn't act to prevent, which also puts a stain. So that is one of the philosophical issues within Christianity, is having to explain how something can be all knowing and all powerful, and yet at the same time not be able to predetermine. So that's what he was trying to get off on. I love stupid people who pretend that they know philosophy when they just took a philosophy 102 class, and I know exactly what class he took. And then they try to justify grape by saying, oh, well, God predetermined it. Does that mean that it should still happen? Like, that dude should be watched. I think he should stay away from people.
Ooh, bro, that was crazy. How the fuck did we get? I'm sorry, y'all, for that experience. Black women on YouTube. Because I know it's mostly y'all that follow me. I am so sorry. I apologize. I don't never know what these niggas gonna say. Y'all gotta hit. I don't know what these niggas gonna say.
Trying to see something else.
I did not know he was finna. Yeah, so
Yeah.
It seemed like he was going
Look,
one direction and then he just went left.
Bruh, I had to drop him. Fuck, I'm F that, bro. Like I
I
can
thought he just was kind of confused with his
I
words.
can
earlier.
have
Listen,
listen.
I
I can
thought he
have
was saying like you can't. It's inevitable, as in there won't be a way to
Kind of
stop
recognize
it
that
from
there are
happening.
people that are vulnerable. I thought that's what he was
Yeah.
trying to say at first.
I didn't think.
but then to say that they are hey, you are predetermined to get raped. Listen, that's your life. This is your purpose. Your
No,
purpose.
predetermined is crazy.
Your purpose in life, right? That's basically what it said. Your purpose in life is to get raped. That's crazy. Never heard it. Never heard it. Watch it. Hold on. But wait. But that's the facts. Other men scream simp.
I don't know if I'll go
This
there.
is
That's like one extreme to the other extreme.
this is what I deal with, bro. This is you can't control who comes up on the internet. So again, black women on YouTube, for all 58 of y'all that's been sitting in here, I appreciate you for rocking with me. I am so sorry that y'all had to experience it. I never know what somebody gonna say. And if I could have all-knowing power. I'm sorry, no TikTok, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I apologize. Woo, bro. That was that was sad. That was sad. Yeah.
I do want to hear what Rock say. She can finish her statement.
Damn. Go ahead, man.
My statement?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was just agreeing with you if you could predetermine what they were gonna say.
I had no idea that they was gonna say that. Because if you're saying that God controls everything that I do, that's crazy. So how God gonna tell me do not fornicate, thou shalt not commit adultery, and all these things, saying don't do that. But then at the same time, God is making me fornicate. That doesn't make any goddamn sense. God is making me go against his will, right? That's stupid. No, I choose to do what I want to do. I make a choice. The heck? That's so stupid. But you know, hey, that was crazy. And I'm sorry, and you know, yeah, to what he was trying, you know, I ain't gonna even say what he was trying to say because the nigga said it. But yes, kids cannot defend themselves. So who needs to defend the kids? Adults, adults. So yeah. Goodness gracious. And we should not shun, I mean, we should not silence victims. And I don't like when people, you know, catch these ideas, you know, I mean, when people say these ideas that well, you can't believe these women, or you can't believe people because they be lying. Bro, yeah, people lie. Some people's gonna lie, whatever. But the collective group of women is not lying about an SA experience, bro. These children not just lying about an SA experience, bro. Like, let's stop the cap. Believe her until it's a lie, or believe the boy until it's a lie. You even had, that's why I got mad, because you even had these older men talking. Kevin Samuels even said, didn't he say something about if you know, she was talking to some woman, and then a woman said something about, you know, her child, she had to get away from him, and he basically said, you wrong for believing your child over your man. What kind of shit is that?
Yes, he did.
That's wild.
Yeah, but again,
that's wild.
Them niggas don't call that shit out. He said don't believe the child. Yeah, he said, yeah, don't believe the child. And this is what I'm talking about. When I call out specific, listen, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. This is what I do. I call out harmful rhetoric. That's what I do. And yes, it's going to be mostly geared to what the men are saying. I'm a man. And let's be honest, it's not a lot of men in the space calling out men. And those who do it, I'm sorry. Those who do it are called panderers and simps. Until these niggas actually sit down and have a conversation with them. And you will see, oh, he actually has a balanced conversation. He ain't just up here. No, bro, but I'm going to talk about what happens. Because I promise you, if I got up here and said, black women are bitches, nigga, I promise you, I'm getting paid. It's so easy, bro. It's so easy. The best way to have success in life, right, is to talk bad about women. I promise you, you'll win. We live in a misogynistic world, in a patriarch. All you got to do is get on here and say, hey, the problem with society is that the woman. The problem is these women out here, right? Bro, I control. The problem is these goddamn dumb women. These women are just out of order, okay? Every time we try to express ourselves to a woman, it's always a woman being combative. Like, bro, you're supposed to submit. Why won't you submit to me? I'm the head. Problem is, y'all take our children away from us and you go straight to the freaking court system. This is y'all problem, right? This is y'all problem. And then y'all expect us to save the community when you ruined it. You want us to pick it up when y'all ruined it. No, you want it to be strong and independent. Well, that come with consequences. Get you a good man that'll protect you, right? Y'all wanted to do 6 foot. Y'all want a 6-figure nigga. Go get a 6-figure nigga. Otherwise, get in the kitchen and make me a fucking sandwich. That's your purpose. Your purpose is to serve me. And that's the problem. That's the problem. Y'all keep talking too much. Stay in your place. Stop being all that shit, bro. Bro, I could do, bro. I promise you, nigga. I ought to troll one day, bro. I promise you, bro. It'll be lit up in this mug. It'll be lit up in this mug, bro. That's so stupid. I can't even do that. I can't do that. I'm married to a black woman. I come from one. I can't do that shit. I can't do it. It's just I don't have it in me, bro. I I don't have it in me, fam. I do not have it in me to do that all day, every day, bro. I don't. I ain't got it. I ain't got it, bro. Y'all can have that shit. Oh shit, y'all can have that. Y'all can have that, bro.
Can I say, when we say on the topic, Black women are not protected, we're not. We're not protected on all aspects, and honestly, we're just becoming where we're protecting one another. Because Black women weren't even protecting one another at one point in time. I'm actually glad. Like, I respect millennials and what are these Gen Zs, and because I don't just take things as the way I grew up. I knew I grew up a certain way, and I grew up in New York and different parts of New York State and traveled a lot, as a kid. So I was blessed to see different aspects of life that other people aren't. There are other people that stayed on the stoop. I know people that have never left their neighborhood. They literally lived there, died there, and that was that. They've never ventured outside of Brooklyn or Bronx or Buffalo, or even in Memphis. They've never left one side of Memphis to go to another. So at the end of the day, we speak to people as if they are worldly or traveled or experienced, and not understanding a lot of these people ain't never left they stoop. But they have so much to say about the world and community and life. And if you ask them about the upper side of town, they couldn't tell you because they ain't never seen it unless it was on the news.
Let me ask you something.
Hold on. Before that, we do have that woman up there, Miss. I don't mean to say that woman like that, ma'am. Miss Ayo, ma'am. Miss Ayo.
I think she fell asleep watching TV.
Hello, ma'am. Hold on, wait. Let's see. Miss Ayo. Go ahead and drop her. She probably, if she try to connect. And one more person. Is this the Mo that came up before?
It's me.
How you doing? How you been?
I've been okay. I'm managing.
This is one of the ladies that that Miss Mo Better, another Mo Better, helped to get out of a situation, and she came on my platform and was able to share her story, and we were able to get her out of the situation. More credit goes to Mo Better. I just was the one to give her a platform so she could voice, and then Mo Better came up and had the resource to get her out. So this is her, y'all. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you for letting me come up on the panel. It's been a while.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. I'm just listening, and I just, me personally, my situation, like when I went through, I wasn't protected. Like, he protected all the people in his, like, women in his family, including his daughter. But when it came to me, there was abuse, mental, emotional, physical, and I thank y'all. Of course, I thank you. Yeah. You was there. I know you remember me. Thank you for remembering me. It's been a minute since I've been up here.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you.
No, I thank you, man, for just being a strong woman, and even though you do thank me, I will always shoot credit back to Miss Mo Better, because she actually had the connections to get you out. But you're welcome. I wish more people would have gave you a platform or made you feel safe, and I'm glad that I could create that kind of space for you to share what's going on. So thank you.
You have. But I will say, including from my own father, I don't know if you remember the story, he ain't ever been there. And any man I've ever been with in life have not ever protected me. I have not had one. In my 40, I just turned 44 years of life. I have not had one person as a man to protect me in my life. I had to protect myself. I had to be strong for myself, I'm sorry, sis, that you even had to go through that. Yeah. And that's the struggle. It's been hard, and he knows my struggles and things I've been through. It's been hard, and then, like I said, I thank them because they were the ones behind me to make me realize my work. I knew it was there, but I felt like I lost that girl, and they made me realize I'm still that girl.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let nobody steal that from you. No matter if you had a father there or not, you're still that person. I don't care.
So
it makes me emotional.
How you holding up with the place and everything, or did you move, or?
I did. I had got a place, but unfortunately it didn't work out so well. But things happen. I left out of desperation, and you remember the situation.
Yeah. But you got a new place now and everything.
I had got one, and it's reverted back, so it's kind of a hard thing because my name is still tied on things. So
yeah.
Something coming though.
How your kids doing?
Oh, well, I just found out, I just went to the hospital earlier this morning. I have my first granddaughter. She was born December 26th, which was this morning at 6:20 something in the morning. I'm still tired still.
Yes.
But I've been so excited. She's beautiful. She was 7 pounds, 13 ounces, healthy. She's beautiful, and I'm trying to, I have 4 sons. I don't know if you remember me telling you.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to raise strong Black men, and of course the baby mama and him arguing back and forth. I'm like, no, you got to make it work with her, and it was just a bunch of stuff. But I'm not gonna let it ruin me or ruin my day. I'm just gonna redirect my son so he can be on the right track. And his focus is his daughter, which is this beautiful baby, which her name is Xena, by the way.
Xena.
Do you remember Xena Warrior Princess? I don't know. See,
I know who Xena Warrior. I know who that is.
That was my favorite show. Yeah. That's what they named her after, Xena Warrior Princess. Well, congratulations.
Yes,
Thank you all. Thank you. So I don't want to be called granny or grandma because I still feel like I'm young and popping like young Tia. Anyway, so I love her, by the way. Yes, I love her. She's full of life, and she don't take nothing from nobody, so I love her. And we're about the same age, so me being 44 and being a grandma, I'm embracing it. I felt so elated that the mother allowed me to be there, and me as a mother to 4 sons. I have no daughters. I have 4 sons. What I want to raise is 4 strong Black kings. I want them to be successful. I want them to be good to their women. I don't want them to. Can I say this? I don't want them to take the toxicity of how they see the men in my life treat me. Meaning my first husband and second husband, because I'm remarried. I want my sons to be good to their women. So my first son that told me, I don't know if you remember me telling you, he told me he hated me, he didn't want to see me ever again because he was mad. He came for Christmas. I had a taco bar, and it was amazing. It was amazing, y'all. And it made me feel good as a mama to have all 4 of my sons here with me. So, yeah, I was happy.
That's good.
And then I got a grandbaby.
The blessing, double blessing. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, but I ain't had before I was asleep in the past 2 days. But, it's all worth it. Thank you all. Everybody in the comments, thank y'all. Y'all so sweet. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for coming up.
But I'm glad you remember me because I haven't been up on your panel in a while.
Oh, man, I can never forget you. I can never forget that username. I can't.
Terrible.
I'll never forget that username.
Her story is just a prime example of a lot of people don't understand when you've been victimized, there's an invisible scarlet letter on you that it seems like other predators can see, or a scent that's left on you that other predators can smell. Or as they say, it's characteristics that you have after being victimized that other predators know. So they know your body language, they know your movement, they know certain things because that's what they look for in their victims. And for men to sit there and say, especially to Black women, that you're not worth it, you're the bad guy. But yet, as soon as Black women say, okay, I'm the bad guy, I'll be the villain, and I'm going to remove myself from any causes, any fights for you, anything. I'm just going to sit here and mind my victim, victim life, and sit here in my own little cubby hole. Now it's like we can't win for losing. We damned if we do, we damned if we don't.
So one thing I wanted to say, and like it's y'all, I just that's why I get mad at the dudes, man. Like, cause they be saying, "Hey, what are you doing by having these conversations?" or "What's going on? What's the purpose?" This the purpose right here. Like I told you, I like when dudes get to say you're not doing anything. I don't have to be up here. I have a passion for my community of women. I saw what's going on. I asserted myself. I called niggas out. You gonna have to deal with it. But when I say there are women that will attest on my behalf, I'm not saying that because I'm this great man. I'm saying, hey, I really don't have to come out and defend myself. I really don't. And I always give credit where credit is due. I did not personally get Mo out of her situation. I gave her the platform and I shut up and I let her talk. And I have a woman following, and the women came out to support, and the women were sending her gifts. I brought the platform to give women a safe spot so they could express their stories and express their hurt and their pain. And women sent her gifts and hit her cash app. And Mo Better, another woman, a Black woman, came in and had the resources to get her out of the situation. So all the credit goes back to Black women. Okay. All the credit goes back.
It was crazy because somebody had said something in the comments about I was asking for something, and he was like, "No, she didn't ask for nothing."
She didn't ask for nothing.
You remember? I told them I don't want any gifts, and he was like, "Any gifts that was sent, y'all, thank you. She's not asking for anything because I didn't. What it was that I needed somebody to hear me and to know." I felt like I was alone because when you're with a narcissist, they make you feel alone and they take you away from everybody. And they isolate you. And they want to make you feel crazy. And I kept talking to him like, am I crazy? And he was like, no, you're not. He's not right. I want to give y'all a hug so bad.
I wish I could too. Yeah, y'all just gonna have to deal with it sometimes. It's gonna get emotional on this side because we don't silence women over here. So
Mo,
if y'all,
can I say this really quick, Mo? If you send me your email, I have a lot of stuff as far as that teaches you like if you're self-sabotaging yourself. I have a lot because this is what I do in the community with my families because we work with the kids come to us, right? But then we work with the nuclear family because it makes no sense to work with the kids and you're sending them back into a household that's broken and right. Yeah. So we come in and we help because a lot of it for a lot of these kids be the fact that mom doesn't have the resources or she doesn't even know how to allocate the resources that she does have properly because she was never taught money management. Like I told him, like when I was going through stuff, right? My mom was unalive by her boyfriend. He was one of those people that be like, if I can't have her, nobody can. So when I was 13, she was unalive. So I was lost. Like I didn't ever know my father, and I grew up in a group home. So I'm still at 44, just turning 44, figuring out like there's things that I learned. I'm still learning myself. Nobody's perfect, and I'm okay to be perfect, but I know I'm a good person. Yeah, so send me your email and I will send you over what I have. It's a self-discovery package, it's self-sabotage, like all of those things, getting in touch with your inner child. I bought them, but I send them to people for free. So I ain't looking for no money. But I like helping. And I believe my mom was the wayward home for kids. I became the wayward home for kids because I have 10 kids, 7 sons and 3 daughters. Wow. Thank you, Bob. I appreciate you so much, and I will inbox you. And it was meant for me to get on here tonight. It really was nothing. And I'm just amazed that he still remember me because I don't know if you remember. It's been like for 6 months or so.
I don't forget women, the women that I gave a platform to where other women could come in and help. Because I often say, right, and I don't really be caring what people say. My platform is dedicated mostly really to Black women. This ain't my platform, it's Black women's platform. Like even on YouTube, it's Black women who are my following. And I know that it's them who's following me. I know that it's my a Black woman following on my backup page and on my primary page. This is for y'all, man. I don't need nothing in return. I know y'all be sending me gifts. Sometimes y'all bump the cash up, and I appreciate you. But this what it's about. Like it's about getting those stories out there, because I understand that y'all sometimes be a lot of times y'all be silenced by your own group of men. So I'm not a savior. I'm not God. I'm not your king. I'm none of that. I just want to get these stories out and help people. But yes, I will never forget a woman that I helped. Like it's not gonna happen unless I get Alzheimer's or something. But even you're not the only one. Miss Erica Coakley. I think she was up here with you. The one that advocated for her.
She was.
Yeah, she was. Yeah.
And I was one of the ones that you helped. And
Yeah.
I'm so thankful for you all. And I always felt like nobody would listen and hear, and they were judgmental. I'm like, God.
Nah, man. We got you. We got you over here, man. This is we got you over here. Black women, y'all are community. You know what I'm saying? So
but there are so many platforms out here on the daily how they bash us and say these horrible things, and it's just so hurtful. Like
you gotta move past them.
So many of them.
I know. They fighting with that. You gotta realize that's their own demons they fighting with. And they're projecting it out onto others. They're not coming up with any solutions. They're just problematic, and they're just projecting. It's temper tantrums.
Y'all don't worry about that though. Like I'm telling y'all, I'm speaking into existence. Yeah, it's finna change. It's the men who talking trash, that's not gonna change. But I guarantee what's finna happen is that there's finna be a whole bunch more Black men saying enough is enough. I'm believing going into 2025 that more men are finna come out and say enough is enough. We tired of you self-hating Negroes. So that stuff is finna get flipped, right? Like don't worry, but let the men handle the men. Like that's why I be telling women, when y'all see something that a man is saying that is crazy, bro, send it to me. Like don't go on a panel. Don't try to argue with them. Block and delete 2025. But me, I got smoke for all that. Like send that to me. But anyway, one second, y'all. Did Zoe or Obi-Wan, I know y'all been sitting there. Did y'all have some words of encouragement or anything y'all wanted to add?
Man, I was just being quiet and listening, man. Listening to what you said to do. Like that story right there is heartbreaking. It's real tough. It's emotional to go through that because both my cousins went through somewhat similar situations. They're both women, and I wasn't there. I wasn't in Detroit, so it's just like, I'm not trying to make it about me. It's just I'm sympathizing. I'm real empathetic towards this. So I'm apologizing just that you went through that.
Yeah, I appreciate that, and I know they appreciate that. And
I do appreciate it. Thank you, because I'm not used to. I'm being honest. I'm not used to any Black men defending me. So thank you.
No problem. Zoe. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Zoe probably sleep. But yeah, Mo, it's good. It's good hearing from you. Anytime you want to come up, you're always welcome. You know what I'm saying?
By the way, I don't want to discredit you. I want to say that you the only Black man I have had defend me. I haven't had any others, and you've always made sure I was okay. And I remember how you got so upset and nervous that I went through, and I thank you.
You ain't gotta thank
down to him putting his hands on me when I didn't.
You don't have to thank me for that. You don't never have to thank me for that. I understand why you thanking me.
Okay.
But you don't owe me nothing. That's what I'm supposed to do. That's what we're supposed to do. Because I'm tired of these stories not getting out there, and I'm glad that I could bring awareness to these type things, I'm glad that you're out of that situation, and it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. But you don't have to thank me. That's what a man's supposed to do. Listen to our sisters, listen to our wives, listen to our nieces, and listen. So black women, y'all don't owe me nothing. You know what I'm saying? TikTok, YouTube, y'all don't owe me a goddamn thing. I did it because it was a need to do it, and I'm gonna continue to do it, and I'm gonna continue to rock with you, and we gonna bring awareness to the nonsense that's going on out here, and we gonna call out problematic men. We gonna do it together. And if you got a story that you want to share, I'm gonna believe you. I'm gonna believe you until no, I'm just playing. Now I'm gonna believe you, right? I'm always like, whenever a woman come out and say that something happened to her, I'm going to believe you. I'm not gonna discredit you. I'm not gonna do nothing like that. Okay. And Mo, just I'm glad that your testimony, these women are behind you as well. They're listening. The women on TikTok, y'all support the panel. Well, not me. Y'all see, she don't even. That's the thing, bro. The story is, bro, she didn't want no gifts. She didn't want no cash app. I asked. I was like, hey, what's your cash app? She was like, oh, I didn't come up there. I just saw that you was a decent man. I wanted to share my story. And before, y'all know how I rock, I muted her mic. And I said, ma'am, on this side, we protect women from sharing their stories, because men or people, let me not even blame it, people will take a story and then say that she lying and try to shame. So I said, if you are comfortable with sharing your story, I got you. I will let you speak. And all we did, everybody on the panel, I think it was like 4 to 6 people up, we all muted our mic. I even muted mine, and we let her talk. We let her get it out, and we cried. We cried together on the live. We all cried together and empathized. Mo Better, a black woman, came in and had the resources to get her out of her situation. All I had was a platform. So when people say that it's not a need for us to do this, bro, a platform can go a long way. You don't know how many lives and how many people and how many women and men, and sometimes even children, that you could save and get out of a situation just by having a platform, because you never even know who listening, right? Erica Coakley helped, freaking Mo Better helped. The women that was on TikTok was sending her gifts and cash, and she didn't even want it. She didn't even want it, but they did it anyway. And we got out the situation, and they not we. I removed myself. Black women came to the rescue and got her out the situation, and that's what it's about. So when people ask me what I do it for, this is it. I don't do it for my own personal gain. I don't have no ill intentions. I tell them not to championship me. I am not a good man. I am not a king. I don't have a kingdom. I'm just doing the work. That's it. I'm just doing the work. So yes, my heart is more inclined towards our group of women because of what they go through. That's something y'all just gonna have to deal with.
Can I say something else? And I'll touch this a little bit. Men, don't be so overbearing either. This is to the men that are listening. Don't be so overbearing that it's hard for your daughter or your niece or a woman to come to you about things, because I was essayed. I have a baby by my essayer, and he's 34 now. And if you only knew what I went through, and I understood that he is a young man whose identity is attached to this, and I already knew that I was going to have to deal with some issues with my son. And that's how I became a mom. So, and of course, as they say, it's always somebody you know. And to find out who it is, that was a long story. But I'm going to say that I did not tell my parents, not because they wouldn't protect me, it's because I knew how my parents would protect me. And I didn't want them protecting me that way. I'm sorry that happened to you. Thank you. But, I use my story. I've dealt with all of that. I went to, my counselings, and I've done the shadow work, and I've done all of that. So I'm definitely able to talk about it now. And that's the thing. These platforms can be used for such great things if people truly use them that way. And I'm so glad Killmonger is one of these men that, you know, use his platform in the right way, for people to tell their stories and be vulnerable. And we also know that sadly, there are just ignorant people out here that's just going to attack you and, oh, it's your fault, and what were you doing, and you shouldn't have been, and all of those things. And just to know, understand, men, that the young male, he was younger than me. This is my brother's best friend. He was younger than me. And the horror I went through, I lost my boyfriend, who was my fiance at the time. I lost so much. It changed my whole entire life. So at the end of the day, I didn't allow that, though, to determine who I am, how my life was going to go, and the love I deserve. Because I had, you know, I think it started honestly around more in my era of the, you know, saying, oh, well, she, you know, she's a single mom, she's going to be this, she's going to be that. You know, nobody know how I became a single mom. A lot of these guys think that girls are single moms just by going to a club and having a one-night stand type situation, when that's literally 9 out of 10 never the case. You know, some of them, you don't even know if that woman you're insulting, her child is a product of an SA, but she just don't believe in AD. You know, so, you know, people got to really be cautious of their words and what they say to people. And I do believe that when you turn somebody away from something, especially God, you're going to reap all that. I do believe in karma.
So
and I've seen karma time and time again.
I just want to say, ma'am, I am sorry that you went through that. I have no words. I'm lost. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm mentally and spiritually dead right now. And but I did want to give you some words of encouragement. Like the women on YouTube that are in my chat right now are sending love and prayer to y'all way. Miss Rock, and Mo, they supporting y'all in the chat. They one of my mods on YouTube is making sure that I tell y'all that, you know, they you in their prayers.
Thank you you so much. Because I always believe if I can help one person, then I'm doing, you know, I'm doing my best. So trying to help as many as I can. My dad used to always tell me, your obituary should look better than your resume. And that's what my parents lived by. So when God forbid they passed on, the city loved them, and the city showed up and showed out for them. You know, I got 10 kids of my own, but I got literally like 100 little kids around. This is where I live at. Everybody know me. Everybody respect me. And I don't, you know, I don't lie to these kids. I don't pull no punches. I keep it real with them. I keep it real with their families. And that be a lot of problems. We have our children. We don't prepare our children for this world like we should. We really don't. We live in this la-la land fantasy in some sort of ways that have our kids messed up when they become adults. There are a lot of females out here that don't like their daughters. You know, I've seen it. And there's a lot of, you know, men that don't like their sons. There could be a competition within the family. You know, we got to stop that. How do we stop that? My thing is solutions. Let's heal first. Each one reach one, each one teach one. That's always my method.
I think I don't know. Most people say that's not practical, but I mean, what I'm about to say. The one solution has to be, like, we can't get to a place of common ground. Men have to check men. Women have to check women. I don't think right now is a time and place for men to be online talking about attire, wigs, bonnets, and lashes and nails. If you don't like it, don't rock it. Like I simple, you know, if we logical creatures, right? If you don't like something about a woman, don't talk to that woman. Point blank, period. I don't need to fat shame. If she too big, leave that woman alone. If you're a Christian or you a Muslim and the woman's not Christian or Muslim, leave the woman alone. But men need to be addressing real mental issues that they're facing, and we need to create safe spaces for men to be able to talk about their griefs. Men need to talk to men amongst each other about what we are dealing with. But the backgrounds don't need, when we're having these conversations, if you have dealt with something as a black man, it is perfectly fine. If you have dealt with something with a woman as a black man, it is perfectly fine for you to have discussions about how a woman hurt you. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't even think people have a problem with that. The problem is when you are on panels and you put black women as the talking point and you generalize black women based off of your personal experiences. So now it goes from how do I deal with this hurt that I've experienced with the black women I've dated, or even my mom, or even my auntie who may have messed with me when I was a child or something. And now it turns into, because I experienced this must be how black women are. They must be loud. They must be bad. Like, we gotta find a way to have these conversations, because you need to have the conversation. But you should not generalize thinking and going around perpetuating hatred and animosity because of your own dating experiences. And if you wanted to say, well, what about the other side as well? Fine. I'm all for it. That's fine. But we have to have these conversations without generalizing and attacking the other side. But there's more than just dating and relationships. There's mental issues we face. There's a physical issue we face, right? Because we're dying at 67. That's not good. Our health is trash. Okay, we need to fix that. It's other problems than just the dating world. And Obi-Wan, I see you trying to interject, so go ahead.
I was appreciating what you were saying. I haven't said this. I'm just gonna be completely transparent because you just started saying it. So yeah, I was molested by my half sister.
By your who?
Half sister, different dads. From like 5 to 7, and then my babysitter from like 9 to 11. So and there's another side to it, because I forgave both of them, and because I realized that if they were the ones doing it, that's because someone did it to them, and they were just repeating the cycle. So it's very prevalent on what you're saying as far as black men needing to understand and speak on these type of things, because they're not dealing with those type of traumas. They're just burying it and locking the door. And so, I appreciate you saying that.
Mm-hmm. And one, I want to say that I don't know how many times I keep, bro, I'm sorry that you experienced that. You shouldn't have to go through that. And honestly, bro, I just have a newfound love for you in my heart, man. And for the way I conducted myself on the live, man, if I was rude and I kept interrupting, man, I just want to say, one, I'm sorry, but I'm glad that we got to a place of love and understanding, bro. And again, I'm just sorry that happened. I don't.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I mean, it's what you were saying. The interjection didn't really bother me because I was doing it as well. The only thing that bothered me when you asked me about my body count, because it was just like that kind of played with how
that was
why I have such a body count.
That was childish.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get the whole thing, but that's I'm just being transparent. That was the only thing that bothered me, because it was just like I didn't have a real choice in my as a child.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just like, that's all I knew. I was just like, oh, this is what you're supposed to do. And it goes a little deeper, because she used to try and get me to do that to my other sisters. She was trying to get me to do that to my cousins. Like it got deeper, but it all still comes down to understanding hurt people, and you gotta.
Kobe, I want to say this. I want to tell you from the bottom of my heart, as a black woman and a sister to you, I am so sorry that happened to you, because I know the effects of what it looks like on young men. And why a lot of young men are hypersexual. And I'm sorry they took your innocence, and that wasn't right. They didn't have that right to do that.
I appreciate
Man,
that.
if I would have known, bro, like I'm gonna apologize just one more time because I gotta say this, bro. If I would have known, right, I wouldn't have questioned you about your body count. But you know, I do address double standards sometimes. So I do come after men when they say you know, that they a good man, but then when you get to looking at how they treated women, they manipulated women out their jaws. So it's like, okay, well, you disqualify yourself from being a good man. But you know, a lot of men are hyper
Sexual.
because of what they face. And
Because
if I would
culture.
have known that, I wouldn't have said that. I wouldn't have said that. So I'm sorry.
Trust me, I didn't take it personally from you because that's what I'm saying. Like I have a understanding of how people talk, just off of the mannerisms and things like that. So I really didn't take offense. I was just a little triggered because I was like, "Hey man, you don't know my backstory."
Yeah, I got you. I got you. I got you. Yeah, this has been a very emotional live towards the end. I have never experienced these things. I can't relate. I can't relate. I've never been essayed, touched, none of that. So I cannot relate. One thing I can do is empathize and sympathize, but I will never truly understand, right? I will never truly understand. That's not my place. But I can listen and I can empathize and have sympathy for you and grace and love and compassion. But I have not experienced these things, and to see, we know what happens, but to hear it, especially when you're talking to the people, whether it's online and you know or in person, it's just a sad thing. But again, these conversations need to be had. They're just not being had in love, right? So Black men, you experience some pain with Black women in your dating experiences or what you have dealt with your sisters. I'm not going to validate what you've been through. That's not, I'm not trying to do that, right? I'm not trying to do that. But the conversation, but I do need to call out the disingenuousness and the generalizations and the hatred that is coming out of the mouth of that side. But when you are, because there's a dude named Saul in here. There's a dude named Saul, right? Light-skinned brother, muscular, in the Marines. Well, he was in the Marines, right? He told me his story, and I can say this. I don't like his prompts. I don't like how he comes after the women. I don't like how he thinks women deserve most of the blame. And I can say this because he said on my platform, and he comes on my platform. So it's okay. He admitted on my platform that he was SA'd as a child by, I think it was a babysitter. I could get it wrong, but he was SA'd by a woman as a young man, right? And he admitted that his body count is high. The problem is though that the backgrounds and the conversation which he and some other men on here, I'm not throwing them under the bus, okay? I'm not talking bad. The problem is I don't know if they dealt with it to where they're making these mass generalizations and us just splurting out statistics. I don't know if we're going to get anywhere. So he doesn't mind me sharing his story because he shared it on here. I'm not saying that, but I think we all have issues that we need to go to therapy and work out. So it's okay for you to have the conversations. But if you are too disingenuous, right? And too hurt to talk without throwing your group of women under the bus just because of what you experienced, that is a problem. That is a problem. And we have to check that as men. Hey, brother, you had some bad dating experiences and you were SA, bro. Brother, I feel sorry for you. Okay. I empathize, I sympathize with you. But you shouldn't be generalizing Black women because you ain't dated every Black woman, right? You ain't dated. And then where are you at? Hey, there's these Black women over here. Have you been over here? Have you tried these women over here? Have you touched grass? You know what I'm saying? Basically, that's how we should address what they are saying. But I shouldn't silence y'all for the pain that you're feeling. But when you are keeping your foot on a woman's neck, a man does have to insert himself to get in between that and say, hey, that's some extreme toxic rhetoric. You can't call black women the enemy because you dated some bad black women. That's stupid. That's dumb. And that just be my main problem when we having these conversations. That's it. That'd be my main problem.
Agree. And I want to say this sorry, anyone y'all went through those type of scenarios. And I also say this, sometimes some of these guys on here do not know how to communicate. I know my communication, I'm still working on it. So I don't, and sometimes it might sound a little red pillish. I don't subscribe to red pill, nor in no way, shape or form. There is still some type of communication that we go back and forth with. So when we do speak sometimes on these type of panels, just have a little bit more of an open ear to hear him out completely, because you might get triggered by a certain word, and just hear him out. Because I know somebody just said, hey, if you would have said this earlier, you would have got a different result. And I'm like, you know what, you're right. But at the same time, that wasn't I wasn't thinking it from that aspect. I think if I would have came from that aspect, I felt like I was trying to be manipulative with my conversation.
No, it wasn't just you. We both got to take accountability on it, because I have so many of these conversations, brother. And see, this is what real men relationship, not relationship, men real conversations look like, right? I'm already under the impression that most men I talk to gonna be on that disingenuous stuff, because I have so many conversations with them. So I'm already sometimes a little bit spicy, right? Like I'm already ready for somebody to say something stupid or some dumb talking point or try to flip something back to. I'm like my ear already. Sometimes I be already
I get it.
ready for it. So your response sometimes I'm already ready for what this nigga finna say. And I shouldn't be like that, but it's just so many conversations and having so many stupid conversations with set black men a lot of times be having me a little on edge, right? Like to be like, this nigga finna say something about but the women or the so I'm like, once I hear even a flip, it's like, yep, but I could have done better. I can always do better. And I love being called out for when I'm wrong. I don't mind it. I'm looking forward to correction. I rejoice at correction. That's what the Bible says. It says you should rejoice at correction, right? So when I'm corrected, cool. And I could also take accountability. No, it wasn't just on you, right? We were both wrong. I should have had more grace. The truth of the matter is, brother, I'm tired of having grace for a lot of people, because because if you would be over here a lot more, I've had grace for every single kind of man. And you know who gets mad at me? Men and the women, right? Because I am gracious. Bro, you can look me up on YouTube, Controversial Shannon. I tried to talk to Anton Daniels. Anton Daniels specifically said to my face, black women have done more harm to black men than any white man. But they be saying, Shannon, you got to lead by example. Well, if I'm always the one that's supposed to lead by example, and it's the older black men a lot of times talking like this, how the fuck am I supposed to be the one to lead by example? I tried talking to everybody. I didn't try talking to every single problematic man. And I didn't been to the Lion's Den. I don't know what else to do, right? So like now it's just like, okay, I'm gonna just call y'all for the stupid stuff you say, because it ain't no point of trying to have a decent conversation with you, because y'all guys are not decent, and y'all not having grace for, not you, Obi-Wan, when I say y'all, but they not having grace for the women. So it's like, why should I have grace for us? And Mo Better, I appreciate you for coming up, baby. I'm sorry. I think she just.
And you know it's crazy because Anton Daniel used to be on the Peace Net.
Yeah, I know about that show.
And he wasn't like he is now. You know what I'm saying? So it's just funny how people get a little taste. I mean, don't get twisted. I guess he had money or whatever, but he didn't have that arrogant, nasty. I'm like, and then on top of that, you married to a black woman.
They never do. It's a grift. Like, no, what they're saying is true. That's how they feel. Like, let's be honest here. But it's a grift. And I'm not trying to pander or simp when I say, and Zena, I see you. Just give me 5 seconds. I'm not trying to pander or grift when I say this, but it has held weight time after time. If I want to get ahead in life, and I think this is fair to say, all I have to do as a black man is shit on black women. That's all I have to do. If I just say something stupid, right, and be as misogynistic as I can, I'm going to blow up. Point blank period. If I can't amount to nothing in life, if I get on here and go hard after women, my following is gonna grow. Thing gonna grow. Everything gonna grow. But it's not just because men are following me. It's because black women have been attacked so much that when they see things like this, they're trying to defend themselves. Right? So they're going to call in and engage. Like, what type of black man are you to talk about? They're going to call in because it's triggering to always be attacked. And instead of walking away, they constantly feel like they have to defend themselves. So that's why the engagement is going to be, it's not necessarily that black women are following them. It's men who are supporting the platforms and sending money and making a platform grow. But it's women calling in. And as long as I get one black woman to call in and I make her look stupid, perfect entertainment.
Yeah. Sadly, more they feel more will follow, which is shows. Mm-hmm. And then that's so crazy because of course he follows the Kevin Samuels rhetoric.
Yeah, I mean,
that's his title. And I think it goes bigger than that. Before he did the I'm sorry.
No, hold on. Let me let Zena jump in real quick because she's been sitting there and then we come back.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're sorry.
You're fine. Ms. Blaze, moderator. Zena.
Did we put her to sleep? Oh, there she go.
You asleep? Zena? Zena? Are you asleep? Bro, I'm gonna go ahead and take y'all because I don't know what kind of moan that was. I don't know what kind of moan that was, and y'all not finna get me kicked off no platform.
She was stressed and she was rolling over. She was rolling over.
Y'all ain't finna get me. I don't know what the hell that was. She probably rolled over and pressed. She probably rolled over on the phone and pressed goddamn invite on accident. and I accepted that because I don't know what that was.
She was stretching in her sleep.
I hope so. I hope so. It sounded like she was having a good time.
She just had a good dream.
Good dream.
Having fun with that rose.
Oh no, not the rose, man. The rose. Hey man, that thing putting men out of business.
Fight you about that rose.
That thing putting men out of business, man. Putting men out of business.
But he was doing the the financial talk kind of stuff, trying to teach people finances and all that, and it didn't work for him, and him following Kevin Samuels and then Kevin Samuels passed, so he went with the rhetoric,
But that's a culture. I think that's a cultural thing as well, because it's just like even in our music, and I'm specifically going there because I was in the music industry, and I left in 2018, switched over to tech because I saw how it was damaging our community. And how it was perpetrating this toxic behavior to the point where we brainwash certain women to want that toxic.
Yeah, I just got kicked off. I don't know what happened. I think I got a violation. Probably got a violation, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna hold you. Probably got a violation. I wasn't agreeing with what could be some social programming and all that, but yeah. Yeah. So again, appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Hope y'all enjoyed the conversations. This was tough. This was tough. all the essay at the end. Bro, I gotta clear my head, bro. I gotta get in my Bible. I gotta pray to the Lord to get me through it, because I'm so disgusted by the state of man right now. Yeah. Y'all, the lady, let me just share this screen real quick, man. Hey, I just, oh, my bad. I just want to let y'all know, man, for my believers in the building, I know a lot of y'all that follow me aren't Christian. So I'm speaking to the Christians right now. Listen, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this real for you. Do not go to hell for anybody. Going into 2025, bro, get your life right with God. For real. Don't play with the Bible. Don't play with your devotionals. Don't play with nothing. Going into 2025, you get yourself right with God. Don't go to hell for nobody. If you love the Lord, then act like it. And I'm taking accountability for me too. Right? All that cursing and all that yelling and all that stuff, that's gonna stop. Straight up. I'm not even I'm like going 25. I'm not even about to be arguing with these guys no more. They come up and say something stupid, block and delete. We go in a different direction, bro. So I'm trying to be a better example. So going to 2025, ain't no more of that. Read your Bibles, pray, be a good human being. Be a good human being. Block and delete 2025. I'll talk to any balanced person, man or woman, who wants to have a conversation. But once the generalizations start and people talking bad about black, you have a good one. Have a good one. Have a good one. And we'll see about maybe in the future we'll talk to these women that women want me to talk. People want me to have a conversation with Cynthia G. I'll have a conversation with Cynthia G. Shannon, I pray that you would get in touch with the ministry couple by the name of Watchmen Reports and Redirecting, so that you can understand the scriptures better. Okay. Like they on Instagram or something? With a ministry couple by the name of Watchmen Reports and Redirecting, Deborah Yah. Okay, I'm gonna look this up so you can understand YouTube, so you can understand the scriptures. Okay. That's a bet. I got you. I'll do that. I'll be watching Corey Miners, from Smart Christian Channel. Also Southside Rabbi, with KB the Christian art. KB the Christian rapper, and his friend Amin Hussein, right? Yeah, I'll be doing that, but I'm gonna definitely check these people out. I'm gonna definitely check Deborah Yah out. Okay, I got you. That's something I can do. Let me show y'all something though. Y'all can't read that. Never mind. Let me make myself small again. How do I do it? I forgot what there it is. There it is. Let me show y'all something, just in case y'all don't know. I ain't gonna even play that video. Look right here. Right here. This that. Move out the way. Her family has set up look, this link right here on this website. What is this? ABC 11 for the woman who was burned, right? The woman who was burned out the god dang it, for walking down the street, right? They got I hope y'all can really see that clearly. She got a fundraiser, right? They got a fundraiser for her. And if you go to this link or go to ABC 11, just this link right here, ABC 11, and type in the 20-year-old black woman who burned walking down the street, it'll pop up ABC 11. They got a fundraiser. You click on the link to the fundraiser, and it goes to, oh my god, man, bro. Oh, they raised $60,000. Oh my god. Let me share the other screen, bro. Oh, bro, that's beautiful. Hold on, let me share the other screen, y'all. I got you. Share screen. Wow. Look how, man, bro. This just hurt my heart, y'all. This just hurt my heart. Man, come on. This just hurt my heart, man. Look at this, bro. How can you be so cruel, bro? How can you be so cruel, bro? 20 years old. Beautiful, man. 20 years old. Beautiful woman. Beautiful young lady. And somebody just, why? Why? Like, bro, just, bro, why, bro? The news says she died. Last time I checked that she was wait, what? Last time I checked, it said that she was in critical, it said she was in critical condition but stable. I didn't see nothing about her dying. That's crazy. I hope she didn't die, but still, man. Bro, like, bro, I want to cry, bro. I just like the evilness that. Oh my God, bro! Like that right there hurt, man. I like, listen. I don't care about looking emotional on the screen. I don't care. Like I don't like some nigga clipped it. Oh, he crying. I don't care. Like niggas gonna nigga, right? But like that stuff like that really touched my heart, man. Because we talking about walking down the street to go to what, a Dollar General or a corner store, and 3 people run up on you and set you on fire, bro. Come on, man. But ladies, you gotta understand. Like, you gotta understand, bro. It's not gonna get better. It's not. Crime is going to increase, bro. To the man too, to me, like, bro, whoever listening, bro, crime is going to increase. It's gonna get worse, bro. This earth ain't gonna last forever, bro. See, this is where I really could start preaching, even if you don't believe in that. It's gonna get worse. If you are a believer in Christ, this ain't your home. This earth gonna die out. Focus on living your life to the best of your ability and living with Christ, living with God, living in your purpose, whatever you think that may be, you know, and just being being a character of Jesus Christ, being a good people, a good person to people, being a servant. That's the problem with us. We're not servants. We need to stop asking what can we get from somebody and start looking at people as how can I serve, right? And if both people, I mean, not both people, if people would just have a servant heart, a servant mind, how can I serve my community? How can I be of service? I'm not saying being a maid, but how can I help, right? Both man and woman, whatever. Women always helping though, majority. But if men, if we would just have a servant mindset, a servant heart, how can I serve? How can I be of service instead of just trying to gimme? We will be better. And if we really believe in God, God came down and served. God washed god dang the disciples' feet. Jesus. Come on, y'all. The Most High washing flesh feet. Let's be better humans, man. Let's be better men. Listen, like I said, y'all. Hey, how you doing, Ruffle Feathers? How y'all doing? First of all, how y'all doing, everybody? And well, I already said Merry Christmas. It's not even Christmas no more. I say Merry Christmas in the last live, but like I said, do not go to hell for nobody. I know y'all may hear some people come on the panel and say these things about the church, but sometimes I'm trying to let my light shine out of me, right? And be a representation of a decent character and as a believer, to where they may even have an interest in going back to God. Because as they can see, I don't fall into none of the negative stuff about Christianity. Well, not negative stuff about Christianity, but negative stuff with the church, because evil people are in the church. They're all wolves in sheep's clothing. So yes, yeah. The church has done some harm, or better yet, people in the church have done some harm. I get it. So I wasn't necessarily mad when KGR said that, because it holds weight. So we need to start for real though. It's time to start getting these predators out of here. It's time to start calling out these evil wolves. Like, it's time to start getting them out. Hey, bro, you gonna be doing all that nonsense? Get out. Don't call yourself a Christian. Get out. Don't call yourself a believer in God. Get out. Bye-bye. Right? We need to start doing that. We just need to start calling out people in general as men. But anyway, man, I appreciate y'all. Like I say, you know what? Okay, Cheryl. I was going to get off, but I'll make about 10 minutes for you. How can I communicate with my brother? Here you go. Click that link. Click that link right there, Miss Cheryl. And then you can come up and talk to me for about 10 minutes. Communicate. I can make time for you. I'm gonna let Miss Cheryl come up, y'all, for a second, and talk to me. She said, "How can she get?" Wait, when you say get in touch, Michelle, when you say get in touch, did you mean by like email, or did you want to come up here and talk to me? I'm sorry. I should have asked that. I do got a business email on my page, where you click my little link tree thing, and it'll take you to my email, and I can get an email right there. My bad. I should have asked that. Give her a few minutes. Who is this? Check out Moray Alicia Yisrael. But yeah, I'll do this. I'll bookmark it. YouTube.com. Why am I typing in caps? All right, so there was 2 people I'm told to check out. It is this one. Redirecting Deborah. Y'all, I'm gonna save it to my watch later. I'm gonna just put a bit. Oh, Michelle came up. Hold on, y'all. Is my volume all the way up?
Put you on my headset.
Yes, ma'am.
I called in before. You doing all right this evening?
Yes, ma'am. I can't hear you for some reason.
Yeah, I'm trying to put you on my microphone on my headset. Give me just 1 second.
Let me see. I wonder if I even got my volume all the way up. Oh yeah, no. Oh, that's the mic volume. Speaker.
Try it this way. Hold
on. Hold on. I might be tripping.
Okay, can you hear me now?
It's low. Let me do something. Try now.
Yeah, it's still coming through my my speakerphone as opposed to my headset.
Okay, I can hear you. I can hear. I can hear you pretty decent.
Okay, I'm gonna take my camera off so I can talk more direct into my phone. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay, can you hear me pretty good?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted to call in because my heart is really heavy. All of the sentiments that your guests have expressed this evening, I pretty much followed this information very closely, and just to hear a person like yourself who has a wonderful platform, very articulate, moderators and everything, people on the program with you, including you, especially you. You know, it's good that this word is getting out, right?
Mm-hmm.
But just like I put in the chat, I don't think it's enough for us to want change, and then we're not really, we're sympathizing with one another. We're doing uh, some very some very motivating things, like what the sister did for the young lady that was having the problems. I think we can all agree that that was just plain righteous, and that was a great move spiritually. But in order for this to begin, for us to have a real impact on some of these ills that society has basically rooted, in a lot of people. We have to start doing some very serious changing. We're gonna have, we're gonna have to put the hurt to ourselves to a degree. Man, we're gonna have to do some things that we haven't been doing. Now, I put it in the chat. Nobody even touched it. They read it, they saw it, they skipped over. That aggravates the fire to me, because common sense tells me if I stay swimming in a cesspool, I'm gonna keep smelling like you know what. I got to get out the cesspool and get in the bathtub in order for anything to change. And we're just not willing to do it. We want to talk the talk. But the best thing that people who think like us, and I ain't trying to say to have a convent of women, someone felt like, one of the moderators felt like that was where I was going. No, that is not what I said. I said what I meant. I meant what I said. For those of us who feel like things have just completely for us, we're gonna have to do what it takes. We're gonna have to have some conversation. Me, I think we need to be on some land together and having the standards put in place that we gotta govern ourselves. See, we're still governed by evil, maniacal group of people, Shannon.
Mm-hmm.
We can't stay scattered like this and think we're gonna get change. Keep drinking. That's what I have to say. We including me. I thought several times because I'm tired. I don't see us being serious about that. We can't even have a discussion to stay here in the country and be together with those of us who have the same value system. Without somebody saying, well, all women. No, I did not say that. You didn't use words. Text word. I never said that. I never even, put that out there in the atmosphere. We need to be together. That's what other races of people do. If you have rich people's value system, you live in their communities. They have a choice on where they live. They rather live with all what? Well-off people, because they feel like they have a similar value system. We're going to have to do that. I did it. My husband abandoned me and my 5 children when my children were young. It hurt. But you know what? I had sense enough to know, as much as this hurt me, I didn't have time to analyze the evil he had done. So we could have a better life for ourselves. Yes, I cried all up and down these highways. I'm a truck driver. I didn't want to be no daggone truck driver. It's dangerous out here. That's why I put that in the chat. It's not about what we want. A lot of our grown people are always emphasizing what we want. We want to do this. It's not about what you want. It's about what do you need to do for your needs to be met. We got to change. Who?
Oh, Michelle, you breaking up bad. You breaking up. Michelle? Yeah, Michelle breaking up, y'all. She breaking up. Michelle, send me an email about what you think we need to be done. I'm gonna go ahead and end it. Yeah, she broke up and she dropped. I didn't even kick off or nothing. I was listening, but yeah, she dropped, y'all. Well, listen, I appreciate y'all for joining me. I'm gonna go ahead and end it. But man, y'all stay safe. Y'all be blessed and be encouraged in Jesus' name out there. Talk to y'all later.